was fucking my father. And she's the reason my mom moved out and abandoned me.
Cotton was one thing. Everybody knew about that. But Billy's father, that was the key. Once I supplied the motivation, all the kid needed was a few pointers.
Killer's motive is always connected to something in the past.
All about execution.
Hello?
Hello.
Who is this?
You tell me. What's your favorite scary movie?
Do you want to die tonight?
What's the matter? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Fuck it.
It's an honor.
Would you like to play a game?
See, we ask you questions, you get it wrong.
Die. Get it right? You die.
Never heard.
It was a simple game, Cotton.
Is that motive enough for you?
You listen, you hang up on me again, I'll cut you like a fish.
This is all because of you.
You should never say I was there. It's a death wish.
They always come back.
Guess we won't be needing this anymore. Surprise, Sydney.
Surprise, Sydney. Sydney Prescott. You're the villain.
And it was the best choice for the movie. Round 1. Fight!
Everyone, and welcome to another edition of Tournament Fights here on the Movie Hero Network. This is Tournament Fights number 174, and it's a special versus episode between two of our panelists, Malcolm Blay and our usual host, of course, Jordan the Movie Hero Anderson, each submitting their favorite horror movie list to do battle this evening. Thanks to DarkAries for that awesome Ghostface tribute there. I put a link to his channel in the description of this video, so it was pretty cool. I found that, so thank you very much for that. Yeah, and this should be a really fun one. So that may indicate a couple of the movies that are on both those guys' lists tonight. They're both big Scream fans, so I threw that in for them. But speaking of those guys, let's get them in here and get this show going. First, of course, the usual movie hero man himself, Jordan the Movie Hero Anderson. What's up, man?
Well, you picked the right franchise here, so yeah. Because in my opinion, that's the greatest franchise of all time. But now I don't have a Scream movie as my number one of all time. But as far as franchises go, but I do have multiple Scream movies in my favorites list. So sure.
I believe the gentleman you're up against did as well. So that's kind of why I played that one.
Yeah.
Because we'll be seeing a few of those movies tonight. But speaking of that other guy, it's the man you'll be going up against with that list there, Mr. Malcolm Lay, frequent contributor here. What's up, Malcolm? How you doing?
It's going good. There's definitely a few of those in there. Like depending on how many of the our alternates ended up being used, it could be all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, not too many crossovers. I only had to use about 3 of each of your alternates, so really not as many as I thought there would be when cross-checking the list. So most of you guys got to keep pretty much your original list there, and with just a few alternates. We'll see how that goes. Also got Jacob Barber here tonight. What's up, Jacob? How you doing?
I misheard. I thought this was favorite horror movies.
Yeah. That's in November. We'll get to that.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see if I know any
exclusive
of these
on the Patreon.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was favorite horse movies.
Horse, yeah. Well, apparently my autocorrect does not like the word horror. It likes to put every word but horror.
Every single word in the English language that starts with HOR, except for that.
Horror.
But we got another special guest tonight. I think this is his first time on Tournament Fights. John Marr. What's going on, John?
Yeah, I thought it was like favorite like horn movies. So I was ready to talk about Mr. Holland's Opus and stuff, but I guess
right.
I prefer horns with Daniel Radcliffe, like literal horns, you know, like literal ones.
Mr. Holland's Opus versus Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Or something.
All right, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for being here, John. We appreciate it. You know, you're a horror guy, so I don't think you'll have any problem talking about any of these movies on the list tonight. So
I believe I've probably seen all of them.
I'm sure you have. Just this one, we did this one because Malcolm and Jordan are kind of more casual fans that are getting more and more into horror over the years. So their picks are a little more kind of mainstream, not too many deep cuts here. As you see with a couple other guys like me and Andres. But that's cool because we get to talk about a lot of really good, familiar horror movies here. But how it's going to work tonight is I'll slide everybody over here in just a second. We'll bring up the bracket. And what we did was I took both of their lists. Like I said, inserted a few alternates here and there from when they each had the same movie. I just took whoever had it ranked higher, let them keep it on their list, substituted in an alternate for the other person, and that's kind of how it works. They all went into a wheel. I just spun the wheel 64 times while I was putting the bracket together, so you could have any movie go up against any movie right in the first round. We'll go around the horn. If everybody keeps it to less than 30 seconds or so in this thing, pretty quick pace, we'll get through it very, very quickly. And then, that's kind of how it works. Once we get those inner brackets, we'll go speed round. It'll literally be like votes only, just up and down the bracket really quick, and we'll get to a finish. So, and you got to vote no matter what, even if you haven't seen it. That's how it works. So that's how it works, guys.
And also, I was able to watch 3 of Malcolm's movies on a list that I hadn't seen. 2 of them I absolutely loved. One of them was a little cheesy, and I'm sure you can guess which one it was. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get there. But if everybody's ready, we'll go ahead and just get this thing going. No more fancy intros needed for that because the Scream one was a little longer. But I really like that one, so I wanted to play it for you guys. We'll scroll on over and see what our first matchup is. I pulled a lot of alternate posters tonight, so you'll see some alternate stuff. So nice. I got Zombieland and X, the arms there. That's Zombieland and X.
That's cool.
All right, so we'll go start with John at the bottom down there, and we'll rotate the order each time. So we'll start with John, next round will be Jacob, and so on and so forth. So, John, what you got on this one?
I would say it's like Zombieland is great. It's a great horror comedy, but X is a good horror movie, and I believe it's a straight up genre movie. Ty West did beautiful things that year. I got to go X.
All right, Jacob.
Which is funny because I think when it comes to horror, I lean more towards the horror comedy because I'm also not like the biggest horror fan. So if I can get like a little bit of comedy sprinkled in there, I'm more likely to gravitate towards that instead. So, but I really enjoyed X. I thought it was really good. But I think I'm going to go Zombieland.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, I love Zombieland. It's one that I specifically left off more or less because I knew for a fact it was going to be on Jordan.
So, yeah, definitely.
But I like it. But X is something that I watched for the first time last year. I haven't got around seeing Pearl yet. I was secretly hoping Jordan was going to have Pearl on his list, so I'd finally watch my DVD I've got sitting back here, but I haven't. Eventually, I will watch it, but I will actually vote X on this because I really liked it.
All right, and Jordan?
We started out with a banger for me because I think Zombieland's like number 2 on my list, so it's very, very high. I love Zombieland. It's in my top 128 favorite movies of all time, and yeah. Also, if you look closely, you can see that I'm from Idaho, so I went with a Zombieland type of name there. So Boise, like if I was in Zombieland, I'd be Boise. So, but I don't live in Boise, but that's the closest city to me. But and I really like X. Like X really surprised me. I actually prefer X over Pearl. Like I just like it because I feel like X is the nighttime one from Ty West, and Pearl is the daytime horror. So I just kind of like what they did with like the with the old people, and like they're like filming the like porno stuff, and it just kind of, I don't know, just had like a real gritty feel to it. But yeah, Zombieland is just an all-timer. Just like so many just great scenes. One of the best opening credits of all time. So yeah, I'll go with Zombieland.
Yeah, and this one I might just go just for difference sake because we see Zombieland a lot. Unfortunately, Jordan, I'm going to go X here just because I like the X and Pearl combo that we got. It was the cinematic universe we didn't know we wanted and that we got, and it was awesome. And just hey, by the way, I've got this prequel ready to go, and it's going to be great. Just for that, and I'm really looking forward to Maxine. I'll give it to X this time. Why not? Yeah. So, all right, we'll start with X. Scrolling down to Final Destination 2, and it got cut off there, but that's Event Horizon, an alternate poster I found for that.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So Event Horizon and Final Destination 2. Jacob?
Yeah, interesting, because I think both these movies are okay. I watched Event Horizon for the first time, and yeah, it wasn't something that I was really into. But I do, for the most part, really like all the Final Destinations. I'm more partial to 1 and 5. But two, I think 2 has its moments. I'll go Final Destination 2.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, admittedly, it's been a while since I've seen Event Horizon, but it's such a really good horror movie. And I think the acting in it's good. Like you got like Sam Neill, I think Lawrence Fishburne is in there. I want to say as well.
Lawrence Fishburne, Jason Isaacs, a couple people.
Yeah, but it's just one of those ones that it's just really suspenseful and all that. But yeah, I like the Final Destination franchise on a whole. I think it's really good, and yeah, I'm gonna go Final Destination 2.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah, so I believe I have 2 Final Destination movies on this list, and 2 might be the one that I've ranked slightly lower, but even still, like I really love Final Destination 2. I just love that the big like log truck sequence, like the big traffic accident. It's just really, really fun, and after seeing that, I'm really careful if I ever drive behind a log truck. I try and get out of the way. I steer clear. And Event Horizon is really good. I really like it, but it's not one that hits my even near my favorites really. But it's not a bad movie. It's still really, really good. I think Sam Neill's giving a really crazy performance that in the best way, and so it's good. But I'll go Final Destination 2.
I'm a huge fan of the Final Destination franchise as well. One of my favorite horror franchises, right up there with Saw. And but this one's probably my third favorite. I'm more partial to 1 and 5 myself also. But I might go Event Horizon here just because we don't get a lot of good space horror. It's a genre that needs to come back. I would like to see more space horror because not only is it horrifying dealing with something there, but you're in space and you can't do shit about it. So you got to deal with it. And I think that's great. So I'll go Event Horizon here. John?
Yeah.
There's plenty of good space horror if you're looking for it. I would probably agree that I think Final Destination 2 out of the Final Destination franchise has the most iconic scene throughout all of the Final Destination franchise. The log truck, this decoupling is nightmare fuel, and I think most people driving on the highway don't drive behind logging trucks because of Final Destination 2. Yep. However, for my scares, Jack Noseworthy depressurizing and blood coming out of his eyes in Event Horizon is way scarier than the log truck, so I would go Event Horizon.
Okay. All right. Well, another close one, 3-2, but it's going to be Final Destination 2 on this one. And we'll scroll down to, we got Werewolves Within against Midsommar. And Malcolm will be up first on this one.
Yeah, I actually watched Werewolves Within for the first time this year when we did werewolf movies on Rankum, and it's one thing I didn't realize when I was sort of researching it. It's actually a video game movie as well, because it is based on a video game. It's probably one of the best video game adaptations out there that I've seen. But yeah. I think it's really unique. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, Midsommar is just great. It's still my favorite Ari Aster movie that I've seen. I've still got to see Rose Afraid, but yeah, Midsommar gets the vote.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, so actually, I watched Werewolves Within for the first time for this, and man, I love that movie. I thought it was really, really good. It almost plays out like a murder mystery, but it's with werewolves and there's some really good humor and comedy in it. And some really gruesome kills, and it's a lot of fun. And I love Sam Richardson. I thought that the main girl who was the mailman girl was pretty attractive, so that's a plus. Yeah, right. Gotta have that sound effect on standby a couple of times tonight, maybe. But and Midsommar's really, really good. But man, like I just had such a fun time with the Werewolves Within that like it's one I'm going to go back to all the time. Like I just wish that I would have gotten to it sooner. So you know what? I'm going to give my vote to Werewolves Within, I think.
Okay. Yeah, Werewolves Within was the one blind spot I had going into the show, and I watched it yesterday. It didn't do a lot for me. I got to be honest. I thought it was fine at best. I thought the murder mystery aspect was very, very obvious from like the 10 minutes into the movie. So it didn't.
I thought
really
it had some
me.
like humor that was like in the same vibe as like Mystery Team, like that kind of thing. Like sort of.
No, not really. I just a couple of wacky characters, and it wasn't my kind of wacky. So I'll go Midsommar because I love a good creepy cult movie. That's my jam. So Midsommar for me. John.
Yeah, Werewolves Within is a lot of fun, and I do like the character. It's a great character, like funny movie, hang out with friends. It's kind of like me, but Midsommar is like every time you watch it, you see more and more stuff. Like Ari Aster, all of his movies, you it's like watching a new movie every time you watch it because you will always miss something. And the man knows what he's doing. Midsommar blows Werewolves Within away. It's not even close.
All right, Jacob.
And I like these matchups because it's a movie I've seen against a movie I haven't seen. I haven't seen Werewolves Within yet. Maybe sounds like I'll get to it. Sounds like I might dig it. But yeah, Midsommar is great. Great performances and yeah. So Midsommar.
For some reason, I feel like Werewolves Within is one you would really like, Jacob, a lot. It kind of seems like your vibe. So
horror comedy, so you might like it.
Yeah.
All right, we got Final Destination 5, so we can Final Destination against Saw 2. So the battle of the sequels here. Jordan, go first.
Yeah, so you know me, I'm not a big Saw fan, but like I've only seen 3 out of the whole franchise, and I've seen 2, and 2 is probably the one I like the best out of all of them. Like I think that it's pretty solid. I like some of the traps and the kills and the way that it's set up too. I think that it is just, I don't know, seems to make a little more sense, even though like Saw movies never make a total sense to me. But Final Destination 5 is probably my favorite of the franchise. Like I really like the main actor from it. The only thing that I really know him from it is that is it a cheerleading movie or like a volleyball movie or like something like that? Yeah. So he's in that, and then he's also Hayden Panettiere's boyfriend on the first season of Heroes, so in that too. But and yeah, like that whole bridge scene is just really, really cool. Some of the gymnastics stuff I think is a lot of fun. Tony Todd pops up. That's always fun. So I'll give it to Final Destination 5 because out of the 2 that I have on my list, I have 5 and 2, which we've already had on here, and 5 I have ranked a little higher. So.
Yeah. I think I'm also going to go Final Destination 5 here, just because it's a semantical thing. Final Destination 5, my second favorite of the series. Saw 2, my third favorite of that series. So I'll just go with that. Final Destination 2 gets my vote.
Yeah.
John?
Yeah, I really like Final Destination 5. The twist, which I won't spoil if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil the twist. It's a great twist. Probably one of the best twists in a horror movie, in recent memory at least. Saw 2, though, there's like nostalgia for the early Saws. Like before, not that Saw jumps the shark, but there's definitely like Saw movies where the traps are like, oh, there was care put into this. Like, it's a very, rustic trap versus just the monstrosities we see towards the end of the franchise. So just for my wistfulness and my love of Donnie Wahlberg, I got to go Saw 2.
Yeah, sure. Jacob.
The Final Destination 5 has not Tom Cruise, and that's always a plus. And I'll be honest, I know that I've seen all the Saw movies, but outside of the first one, they kind of all just blend together like traps, and I need to rewatch them because I've only seen them all except for the first one, one time. So maybe I'm due for a rewatch of the series. But yeah, I really dig Final Destination 5, so I'll give that my vote.
All right, Malcolm.
Saw 2 is actually my second favorite Saw movie. My first favorite is still to come. But yeah, I really enjoy Final Destination 5. Like I also have both 2 and 5 on my list. So I mean, but yeah, so I'm gonna go Final Destination 5.
All right, so Final Destination 5. We'll move on here. Scroll down to we got Happy Death Day and we got Shaun of the Dead.
Mm.
All right. So we'll start with me. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Shaun of the Dead. Again, it's a battle of like not my favorites of the series because the Cornettos. It's my third favorite of the Cornettos. I still like it. I'll still watch it anytime. Props to Edgar Wright for using the original Dawn of the Dead theme at the beginning of the movie. I appreciate that. And I do like Happy Death Day a lot. So in this case, I'll go with the one I've seen more, which is Shaun of the Dead. John?
Still have a horrible taste in my mouth from Shaun of the Dead winning that other bracket we did. But
yeah, right.
But like, not that I think Shaun of the Dead is overrated. I don't think it's the greatest horror movie of all time, obviously, but I do think it is better than Happy Death Day. So I begrudgingly give this vote to Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you on that one, John. I don't think it's like the greatest movie ever made, like some people think it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jacob.
Yeah, I dig both these movies. Some good like horror comedies here. We did a horror comedy draft over on JPO's channel sometime last week, and Shaun of the Dead was my first pick. I absolutely love this movie. So yeah, if I made a favorite horror movies list, like Shaun of the Dead would be one of the first movies I think of. So I'm gonna go Shaun of the Dead.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, I love both of these movies. And these are also two other movies I strategically decided to leave off my list because I knew Jordan was going to bring them. Put them on my list.
Yep, they're both on my list.
But yeah, I do like Shaun of the Dead, but I think Happy Death Day is more unique, so I'm going to go Happy Death Day.
All right, and Jordan.
Yeah, this one's really tough because I love both of these. I think that Happy Death Day was a really creative take on a time loop movie, and yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. And Shaun of the Dead, though, it's just one that I go back to all the time. I'm a huge fan of the Cornetto trilogy. Like any time that you have Simon Pegg and Nick Frost together, and then pair them with Edgar Wright, it's even better. Like it's just so good. So I think I have Shaun of the Dead ranked a little higher. So I'll go Shaun of the Dead.
All right, so Shaun of the Dead moves on in that one.
I just noticed this. I don't like how Jordan's just kind of like peeking behind the bracket at us right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
a little unsettling.
Can't really do much about it.
It Follows versus Evil Dead 2013. So that's what we got here. Back down to John for this one.
I think if I hadn't been watching a ton of horror movies lately, like these newer horror movies, I'd probably go Evil Dead. But It Follows all of a sudden is like one of the most influential horror movies ever because like every movie rips off It Follows now.
Mm-hmm.
Like how many Pat, like every movie I'm watching, like this is fucking It Follows. So like,
it lives follows, inside, and the boogeyman. They're all It Follows. Kind
It
of.
Follows is like It Follows is like the Psycho of this generation. So I have to go It Follows, right?
And they all have electronic scores, like 80s style scores, and they're all like throwbacks. Yeah, it's I don't know.
Every movie is It Follows, guys.
Okay,
you heard me say it.
We see it. Jacob?
Well, I guess I need to watch It Follows because I haven't seen it yet. But no, recently watched Evil Dead because Austin and I covered it for our show, and I really dug it. I thought it was a great remake. Kind of took the tone of the first ones and just kind of like flipped it. It was much more serious and yeah, like the blood and the gore. Like I really dug it. I'm gonna go with Evil Dead.
All right, Malcolm.
I think I've seen It Follows once. I honestly don't remember it too much. But the 2013 remake was actually my first foray into the Evil Dead franchise. Just because I saw it on Amazon Prime once and thought, oh, I'll watch it. And yeah, it's a really interesting movie. And I really like the fact that they just took it to dark places and was darker than what I remembered that the Evil Dead movies to be. So
that's because it's a way darker movie than the OG trilogy, for sure. Like,
oh yeah,
no, 100% correct.
Yeah.
No, I knew that as well. But, it's just one of those ones like it threw me for a loop because I was like what I knew about the original trilogy was that it's a comedic thing, but just seeing this as a dark was like, is it dark than I've actually thought? Yeah.
All right, Jordan.
So I still have not seen Evil Dead 2013, but I've seen every single other Evil Dead movie in the franchise. And funny enough, my review of Evil Dead Rise is like the second highest viewed video on our channel, period. And it was just me just coming out of the theater and like on my way home just talking about the movie. So it's kind of interesting that people really seem to dig that. But and I haven't watched it just because I've heard that it's way bloodier. Like I've always said, like in a horror movie, I can handle like maybe 1 or 2 buckets of blood, but like any more than that, I'm just kind of like, that's a little much for me. So like I'm just not like into like super gory stuff or bloody stuff. But It Follows, like that's a movie that I blind bought because so many people were talking about it, but I had never seen it, so I just blind bought it, and man, I'm really glad that I did, because yeah, that movie just like so much fun, and like so just an interesting concept, like you have someone that's constantly following you, it doesn't sleep, it just keeps coming at you until you have sex with somebody, because that's the usual like horror trope, and then you can pass it on to someone, but yeah, but the way that it's done, like I just really dig it, so I'll go with It Follows.
All right. Yeah, and this one, I watched Evil Dead 2013 again recently, like I said, for me and Jake. That was the first time I'd seen this in the theater. And yeah, I really dug it. I'll be going back to it more. But yeah, John makes a good point about every movie ripping off It Follows in the last like 8-9 years, because yeah, they have. And it's like, yeah, stop doing that. It Follows was great. And everything that's going to come after that, you're just looking like a copycat. So yeah, strangely influential. I never thought about it that way, but you're totally right. So I'm going to put through It Follows.
Yeah.
We got Escape Room and The Howling is what's on deck. So Jacob, you'll be up first.
Again, I love these easy matchups because I've seen Escape Room and I liked it. I haven't seen The Howling, so I'll go with Escape Room.
All right. Malcolm?
Yeah, funny enough, The Howling is another movie I watched for the first time this year, because it's one of those ones I've heard a lot about. I just hadn't got around to seeing it. Funny enough, I think I watched it for the same episode that I watched Wheels in. But yeah, I think Escape Room is a very unique, unique-ish kind of movie. Like, well, yes, it's basically Saw, but I think the way they do it in Escape Room, I think, is using that whole escape room concept into a horror movie out of it. I think is just a interesting idea, and something that as soon as these Rise and Escape Room happened, I saw it coming eventually. But yeah, I just really love The Howling. I think it's really great, and the sequels have very unique subtitles. So yeah, The Howling.
My Sister's a Werewolf, and a couple of those other ones.
Yeah.
Jordan?
Yeah. So I haven't seen Escape Room. If I would have had a little more time, I would have gotten to the 2 Escape Rooms that are on Malcolm's list. But The Howling. Speaking of The Howling, the dogs are howling in the background. But I did watch The Howling for the very first time for this, and man, I freaking love this movie. I thought that it was great. Like, this movie gets crazy. It gets like batshit crazy, and like near the end, like when they're like burning them on fire, and they're just like, I don't know, there's just some crazy things going on, and really dig the ending. I just think that it's fun all the way around. The couple really attractive people in this movie. I can't remember the other girl that he has like sex with out in the woods or whatever, because it's like she's luring him in with her whatever presence or whatever. And then Dee Wallace is very attractive in this also. So yeah,
is that all you think about?
Well, you know it. But yeah, I said have your sound clip ready. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Howling. Yeah, I had a great time with it.
Okay. Yeah, I might also go with The Howling. I don't mind the escape room movies. I think they're fun for what they are. I think they lean into the silliness. And Jordan, you might like it because it's basically Saw without the blood. So you might actually dig it.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, but I kind of forgot I saw him like 2 weeks after I saw him in the theater. Like I was like, oh, what did I see? Oh yeah, I saw the escape room. But I like Joe Dante a lot as a filmmaker, so I'm gonna go with The Howling. John?
Yeah, this is kind of unfair again. Like The Howling is like an unsung classic. Like no one ever mentions The Howling in the same breath as movies that are on the same time. But The Howling is, it's a classic. Escape Room is again fun. I love Deborah Ann Wool. Did Jordan mention her? Because he should have. I love her. But The Howling is great. I'm gonna go with The Howling.
Okay, I think it's just because American Werewolf came out like a year later and just kind of knocked everybody's socks off, so everybody forgot about The Howling.
Yeah.
All right, just going on down to got Zombieland Double Tap versus Anna and the Apocalypse. I think there's 2 Malcolm movies. And the Apocalypse was one of his alternates. Malcolm, you're up first. Speaking of. Your microphone, buddy. Turn that microphone on. There you go.
When I made the decision to leave the first one in there, I thought, I'll throw the second one in there because I think Zombieland Double Tap is just as good as the first one, and I think it keeps up that same humor and that and all that, and just it never really misses a beat with the chemistry and all that. It's even though it's supposed to be set in the same year as the first one, it's kind of hard to believe that Emma Stone is the same age as that time, but she is a lot older and when this was made. But I think Anna and the Apocalypse is a lot of fun. It's a great musical Christmas horror movie, but I'm going to go Zombieland Double Tap here.
All right, Jordan.
So I've never seen Anna and the Apocalypse. That's another blind spot for me. So, but I am interested in it because I'm not a big musical fan. But when you add up other fun elements like horror or Christmas or that type of thing, maybe it's a little fantasy stuff like that kind of piques my interest. So I'll get around to it. But yeah, I really like Zombieland Double Tap. I don't like it as much as the first one quite, but when I first saw it, I thought that Zoe Dutch's character was really, really annoying. I couldn't stand her. But then after a couple watches, she kind of grew on me. I'm like, you know what? She's actually kind of funny. I do kind of like her character. And I think there's some fun stuff with throwing in Rosario Dawson and Luke Wilson and stuff in there. So not quite as good as the first one, but I'll still vote for it. So yeah, Zombieland Double Tap.
Yeah, I'll probably go with Zombieland Double Tap here, even though I've only watched it once. I just didn't really feel the need to go back to it. And the Apocalypse I watched, but I got to be honest, I fast forward through most of the musical sequences and just kind of watch the musical stuff because they would get going. They just weren't catching my attention. And I would hit that forward button a couple times, just go to the next one. So I'll go with Zombieland too. John?
Yeah.
How do you get me to watch a musical? Make it a horror musical.
Yeah.
I don't think there are. There's 4 big name horror musicals in my head, and they're all really good. So I enjoy it whenever somebody puts one of these out there. And as good as Zombieland Double Tap is, I think Anna and the Apocalypse has that novelty factor, so I'm going to vote for that.
Okay. Well, and just in time to maybe vote on this one, JPO, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I'm here. Let's start the first question now.
All right. You can vote on this one real quick. We're talking about Anna the Apocalypse and Zombieland 2. So
I'm gonna dip and come back. I went to see Anna tonight. It wasn't on anything that I had, at least according to Xfinity. So I like that sequel, Zombieland Double Tap.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Zombieland Double Tap. All
That's
right.
Cool. I don't need to vote.
Oh, I'm sorry, George. I'm sorry, Jacob. He threw me off. Sorry, Jacob.
Horror Christmas musical. That's all you had to say to sell me. I'm going to go with Anna and the Apocalypse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes it a tie. So, JPO, now that you're here, hey.
It's time to have a tiebreaker.
Time to have a tiebreaker?
I don't like singing. Zombieland.
Okay. All right.
But do you like
Even though I've been in more than one musical.
Yeah.
Really?
All right.
With that voice?
Sadly, yes. No one better auditioned.
Got Halloween 2018 against Creep.
So I wasn't sure if that was the original or 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
Look at Jamie Lee Curtis. She old bitch. There.
Old Jamie Lee there with the shotgun.
It's stop having the same title. To
horror movies. Stop. I hate that shit. Yeah.
Hey guys, you want to watch Halloween? Which one of the 3?
One of the 3. Yeah. Which you want to watch Candyman? You want to watch Scream? You Want to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Oh shit!
Yeah, right. Which one?
Jordan, you're first.
Yeah. So like, I was a little about to be like, oh man, it's gonna be tough, but it's the 2018 one, and Evil dies tonight, and I think this movie's gonna die tonight because I just don't really really love it. I think it's okay. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's great either. I think it's just okay. But Creep, I love this movie. I think Mark Duplass has just given an outstanding performance, and I was almost tempted to maybe put Creep 2 on the list because I did watch that for the first time to kind of see if it holds up to this one. I kind of like the first one just a little better, but I mean, I still think that the other one's good. But yeah, I think I'll give it to Creep. I'm always a big fan of whenever Mark Duplass is in a movie. I think he's pretty solid. So yeah, Creep.
Creep is very good, and yeah, Mark Duplass is excellent. He definitely carries that movie to something interesting. But yeah, Halloween 2018, I really like that, and Halloween Kills. Don't get me started on Halloween Ends and David Gordon Green and what he's doing to franchises right now. So
that's the one I weirdly like.
No, thanks. So I'm gonna go Halloween on this one. JPO.
Yeah, I enjoy Creep on like a technical aspect, and it's a really indie that does something a little differently. And Duplass is great. I think he has some good range, so he's great as a titular Creep. But I really like the 2018 Halloween, man. I came out with really high expectations for the trilogy, and I won't hold the rest of the trilogy against the first one here. So I'm gonna go Halloween 2018.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, John.
Yeah. I think Creep is really strong too. Creep is amazing what they did. Again, Duplass is strong. Excellent work for such a small budget. But as a prequel to Exorcist Believer, you really can't beat Halloween. So I'm going to go Halloween 2018.
Sure, yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah, I'll echo what everyone else has said about Creep. It's kind of how I feel too. I think it's really good, really well made. But yeah, Halloween 2018, I think is a great follow up. And I kind of like what they did, kind of just striking everything. And like, this is the sequel to Halloween. And I dug it. I thought it was a great return for the franchise, and I'm kind of the same. Halloween Kills, and then I guess they did a third one.
Yeah, I guess. Corey the movie. Yeah,
they did a good third one.
Yeah, something about some kid. I don't know. It was weird. Malcolm. Microphone.
Yep. I'm not a big fan of Creep. I've watched it. I just thought it was really boring and just didn't get anything out of it. Halloween 2018 is actually my favorite of the Halloween franchise, and I just think it's really good. So I'm gonna go Halloween 2018.
Well, evil's not dying yet, Jordan. 5-1.
Guess not. They say that another 100 times in the movie. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Well, not
in that one. That's in Halloween Kills, brother.
Oh,
that ain't this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Trust me, I did a drink along to that. I know how many times they sit in Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
The hospital scene is brutal. All right, I got The Ring and Talk to Me recently. This is interesting. So I'm up first on this one. I'm not a big fan of The Ring. I way prefer Ringu. It's more condensed. It gets more to the point. I think The Ring is way too long. Just too many scenes of her just sitting in a dark room doing research, and it just doesn't do anything for me. I'm not as over the moon as everybody else is on it. But yeah, Talk to Me was up until When Evil Lurks, my favorite horror movie of the year, and then that overtook it. But it's still very, very strong. So I'll take Talk to Me. JPO?
Wait up until what movie?
When Evil Lurks. Oh yeah, John turned me onto it, and I saw it was playing in my theater, so I saw it, and it's awesome.
I don't know if it's gonna make it to Idaho, but When Evil Lurks, when it drops on Shudder,
When Evil Lurks, it's supposed to be on Shudder, so it's a batshit crazy Argentina horror movie, and it's amazing. Yeah.
When Evil dies tonight.
JPO.
I like both of these. I like The Ring. If we ever do that PG-13 horror draft, I might, try to draft it because I do dig it. I think the atmosphere works, and it's there's a reason it got spoofed by Scary Movie and everything. But yeah, Talk to Me. I haven't seen that Lurking movie, so it is my favorite horror movie of the year so far. That it absolutely worked from the first scene. So yeah, I'm gonna vote for Talk to Me.
Yeah. John.
Chiwetel Ejiofor is really good in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pez's point is my exact point about The Ring. I was always like, you'll bring over, you'll hype up Audition, you'll hype up Battle Royale, But you can't just give us Ringu. You have to remake it as The Ring. I kind of reject The Ring. Talk to Me is my third favorite horror movie of the year. Still strong enough to beat The Ring. Let's go with Talk to Me.
Okay. Wait, what's second? I gotta know.
Birth, Rebirth.
The fuck is that?
Exactly.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to drop somewhere. Right now, it's still like $6 to rent or something. I'm hoping it drops on some service at some point, or we'll see. Yeah, $6 is like I'm gambling with that. So
it's probably worth it. I paid more than that to see it.
Okay, $3 I'll gamble on a rental, but we'll see. But Jacob.
So I still haven't seen Talk to Me. It's on the list to watch because I've heard nothing but good things. But I do dig The Ring, and I could watch Naomi Watts in a dark room researching. So
that got weird.
Right.
wasn't weird until you said something, JPO.
I could watch Naomi in a dark room.
Can also watch you in a dark room.
No.
The little kid is cute too, right, guys? He's cute.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No.
No.
Sorry.
There you go. Oh God.
Please no.
Malcolm.
Now it got weird.
Yeah, I mean, I do really like the Ring movie. I think it's good. I mean, as someone who hasn't seen the original Ringus, I thought it was a lot of fun. Eventually, I might see the original ones. Those that know me know I'm not really that big on horror movies anyway. I will give them a shot.
But isn't every movie made in America foreign to you?
Just like every movie made in New Zealand is foreign to you. So
yes, well, that's our point, though. I think you see more foreign movies than you see New Zealand movies, right? Yeah. Anyways.
Anyway, Look at Me is my favorite horror movie of the year, though. It's one of those ones that I didn't know much about going in, but I really enjoyed it when I saw it. So yeah, I'm gonna go Talk to Me.
All right, and Jordan.
I love Don Cheadle in that movie.
Yeah, this matchup is kind of interesting because I took some film and like video tech classes in high school, and they wanted us to watch a movie from a bunch of different genres to just to kind of study it and critique it. So they chose the Ring. So the first time that I saw it was in high school and at school, and I think they kind of went with a PG-13 one on purpose just so they didn't get in trouble or anything. We're showing something too crazy to us, but and yeah, like just when you really study it and like study some of the things in the videotape and like all the symbolism and the different things, like it's actually pretty interesting. So that's why the movie just kind of holds some nostalgia. And I remember
that sounds like the premise to a sequel. You know, kids start studying The Ring in high school and things go wrong.
Yeah, right. But I remember that I showed it to my ex-wife, and like she was so scared for whatever reason because she's not huge on horror movies that she would not watch the sequel. I couldn't get her to do it. So, but yeah, Talk to Me is my favorite horror movie of the year. Also, I saw it 3 times in theaters just because I wanted to support these guys because like they're kind of doing like every YouTuber's dream. They're like have a small-ish YouTube channel, and then they make it big. And if you go watch some of their like behind-the-scenes stuff, when they get invited to go to Sundance and they get picked up by A24, and like they're just so happy and they're just like in tears and they're just like really living their dream, and it's pretty inspiring and pretty relatable to me to like see all of that. And the movie is also really, really good. Like I really dig the music, especially the like montage where they're almost using the hand like they're getting high or something. They're doing it over and over again kind of thing. And yeah, there's some really good stuff in it. So I'll vote for Talk to Me here.
Talk to Me moves on. We got Scream 2 against Night of the Creeps. So down to JPO for this one.
I'm going to go for Scream 2. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful insight.
Yeah. John.
Wow. Night of the Creeps is another like unsung '80s movie that nobody ever talks about. It's freaking fantastic.
Except for me, because I told Jordan to watch it, and now he loves it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I love it. Yeah.
I stand corrected. You guys talk about it. Nobody else I know talks about it. That being said, I mean, I guess Scream 2 is objectively a better movie, though. So whatever, Scream 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jacob.
You know, I looked at the list and I didn't have a lot of blind spots, so I wonder if they're just all on this side of the bracket.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen Night of the Creeps, but
wow.
Have you seen it, JPO?
No.
Of course not. That's an awesome poster.
That is. I do dig that poster.
Poster wise, neither Cruising wins this. This is a bad Scream 2 poster.
For the poster, but no, I love Scream 2. It's actually my favorite of the franchise. I go back to it more than the first one. So I'm gonna go Scream 2.
Malcolm.
I haven't seen Night of the Creeps, but I like the whole Scream franchise. And yeah, I think Scream 2 is great. So Scream 2.
All right, and Jordan.
Yeah, so it's like Night of the Creeps had to go up against Scream 2 because I'm just a massive diehard Scream fan, and Night of the Creeps is really really fun. I mean, directed by Fred Decker. I think he also did the Monster Squad or something.
Yeah, did Monster Squad. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like I just like the two main guys. It almost plays kind of like just a fun kind of college, like just hanging out movie. You have some weird little aliens, and then it's almost like a body snatchers type of movie also. So it's a lot of fun if you haven't seen it. But you go check it out. But yeah, Scream 2, like it's hard to know like where the Scream movies rank for me because like ask me any other day and like they could be totally different. And I feel a sneeze coming on. Sorry. Excuse me. But yeah.
You're so good looking.
Yeah, but Scream 2, like I really like the addition of like Timothy Olyphant in there, and then more focus on like Liev Schreiber and that type of thing. And yeah, I think that it's like a perfect sequel to the first one. Like it just almost like picks up right after, like right where it left off with the exact same kind of tone and stuff going on. So I'll go Scream 2.
I was hoping I would get either John or Jordan to vote with me on Night of the Creeps because I've sung Night of the Creeps' praise ever since I joined the channel and said you guys got to see this movie. This movie's awesome. Yeah, it's an unsung little gem from the 80s. It's Tom Atkins' favorite movie of his own, and he's badass. He's great in it. So much so that he says "thrill me," and in "Kiss Kiss Bang Bang," Val Kilmer says the same thing. And if you know what it is, you know it's great.
I can't believe Tom Atkins didn't pick Trick. He's so good in Trick.
No, he loves Night of the Creeps. He loves his character. He loves this movie. Yeah, no, Night of the Creeps.
Trick.
It's like
it's horrible.
It's part Slither, it's part zombie movie, part Body Snatchers. It's awesome. I dig it a lot. So I would have voted for Night of the Creeps. Yeah, more people should see it. It's really great. If you love Slither, if you've seen Slither, see Night of the Creeps. It's great. But Scream 2 will move on. And we'll go down to Scream. That's Scream 2022. Yeah, Scream 5. Scream. And then speaking of Slither.
Hey, Slither.
Yeah, right, there it
is. So there you go. All right, we'll start with John on this one.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, I love Michael Rooker, man. How do you not love Michael Rooker in anything?
Right.
But those radio silence boys, man, you got to give it to them. I got to go Scream 5.
Okay. Yeah. Jacob.
Yeah, I just recently watched Slither for the first time, and yeah, it's a good time. But yeah, I thought Scream 5 was great, and I kind of like the the focus on the new characters, but treating the older characters pretty well too. And then I mean, spoilers, who doesn't like get emotional when David Arquette finally bites it?
What? Oh,
yeah.
Dude, I was gonna watch this.
I said spoilers.
Yeah.
So it's your fault.
Make me enough time to cover my ears.
You should have just ripped them out as soon as you hear the word sp.
That seems bad.
Yeah. Just no, not your ears. Your
okay.
Wow, I'm going Scream.
All right. Malcolm?
Yeah, I like Slither. I think it's a lot of fun. It's early James Gunn, and yeah, but Scream 2022 is actually my favorite of the franchise. I think Radio Silence did a really good job of like taking the tone that Wes Craven set up and sort of continuing on with it. So Scream 2022 gets the vote.
All right, Jordan.
So yeah, I really like the newer Screams, 5 and 6, but I do have my issues with it, like people that you think are getting stabbed over and over, and then like surprise, they're still alive. Like later on, you're like wait a minute.
I think that's
like
6.
Yeah.
No, like even in this one, there's like a couple people that they're just like how did that person survive? Well, I guess they're still alive. Like yeah, so there's a couple people like from the party that they go to. I'm kind of like all right, but and I like what they do with the original cast and stuff. It's a lot of fun, but yeah, the Slither is a movie that just blew me away. Like I just love all the creature effects and like I love Nathan Fillion in it, Michael Rooker. I mean, it's a pretty great cast. Even Elizabeth Banks, I think this is one of her better movies. I don't always love her in things, but she's pretty good in this. And yeah, so this is one of the ones that of the Scream franchise that didn't quite make my list. I think it's on Malcolm, so I'll give it to Slither.
Yeah, I might also give it to Slither here. I think it's another unsung gem, and I appreciate great body horror, great practical effects. There's a ton of good practical stuff in here. Correct me if I'm wrong, John. That big giant blob of people at the end with Michael Rooker, like on that poster, is all practical. Am I wrong? Or
it is?
Like,
yeah, there's very.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I appreciate great practical effects, especially when they can do it on a relatively small budget. It's pretty incredible. The big fat lady, all that stuff, like is great. So I'm actually going to go Slither here because I appreciate some good practical stuff. So JPO.
I like Slither. I give it some respect. James Gunn, early movie from him, R-rated fun. But I'm a big Scream fan, and I think this is a really tight entry. I think it has balls. I love the some of the pulls that they make here. I heard Dewey dies supposedly. I don't know. So yeah, let's say Scream 5 for me.
All right, Scream 5 is going to move on. Got Sweeney Todd and Poltergeist. So we'll start with Jacob on this one.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. Because yeah, no, I love Tim Burton. I love Johnny Depp, and yeah, this is my favorite movie from them both. Yeah, I love Sweeney Todd. I can't tell you the number of times that I've revisited it. I think the music is great. I think once they start the kills, that stuff is all really cool. Poltergeist, I recently watched for the first time, I believe, for a show that Austin and I were doing. And I really dug it. I thought it was really good. But yeah, just for the sheer amount of times that I've rewatched Sweeney Todd, and it's a top 15 movie for me. I'm gonna go Sweeney Todd pretty easily.
Yeah, Malcolm.
Yeah, I really like Poltergeist. Like the original Poltergeist, I think is great. And yeah, and directed by Toby Hooper, and not like what people like to say, and it's directed by Steven Spielberg secretly.
It's not.
But yeah, but I really love Sweeney Todd, and I'm going to vote Sweeney Todd here.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah, so I like Sweeney Todd. Like if it was a musical bracket, like it'd be one of the higher ones on the whole thing, but it's not a musical bracket, so I think it's just for as a horror movie. I think that it's good, but I don't like love it or anything. But Poltergeist was a movie I grew up watching over and over again. So I grew up in a house where my parents didn't really allow us to watch R-rated movies, so like I had to kind of watch some behind their back or like just wait until I got older to see some of them. But we got to watch Poltergeist all the time because it's rated PG, even though
exactly, John. See, it has merit that we should be drafting it for PG-13.
Yeah, right.
I agreed with you at the end of that.
I know. I know. I feel like I was like getting like weird pushback. I'm like, why? Why are we excluding that? It's PG horror.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, right. It has some horrifying things like in it, like that scene where the guy's looking in the mirror and his face melts, like that. always like really freaked me out as a kid. And then like they built a house on the Indian burial ground, but didn't remove the bodies or whatever. Like I think that's a lot of fun. And then and then also the actor, I think her name's like Zelda like Rubinstein or something. Like
That
she's
is
a
her
lot
name.
of fun.
Yes.
Yeah, just like the weird kind of lady that comes in to kind of be the, I don't know, medium or whatever to like figure out what's going on. And yeah, there's some really like crazy things. Like as a kid, I always get freaked out whenever the TV turned on to static. Like I'm just like something's gonna happen, something's coming out of that TV. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Poltergeist.
Yeah, I'm a big Toby Hooper guy, and yeah, I love Poltergeist. I recently rewatched it in 4K. It was great. And yeah, I like, as I said, I like half of Sweeney Todd, but I like all of Poltergeist, so I'll give it to Poltergeist. JPO.
I mean, it might have been done better in The Office. It might have been done better in Jersey Girl, but I really like the Sweeney Todd movie, and that's one I would actually go back to. So Sweeney Todd.
Okay, John.
Yeah, I know what I said before about horror musicals, and most horror musicals are pretty good, but Poltergeist is Poltergeist, so I have to give Poltergeist the win here.
All right.
Yeah.
We have another tie, so we scoot the tiebreaker vote up a notch. So John Marr, you have the tiebreaking vote. You can go either way. I'm assuming you're going to stick with Poltergeist.
I'll stick with Poltergeist.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Poltergeist.
Shenanigans.
Sorry.
I tried, Jacob.
Yeah.
Do I have to forward back your PayPal money or?
Yeah.
It didn't win, so send that back, please.
Shit, I also vote for Poltergeist then.
Got the original Halloween against the Crazies from 2010. So Malcolm.
Yeah, I haven't got around to seeing the Crazies. I only watched one of the movies that was on Jordan's list. Just had other things that I wanted to watch. But yeah, Halloween, the OG Halloween is just really good though. And yeah, so I'm gonna go Halloween.
Jordan.
Well, this is unfortunate for the Crazies, because the Crazies, like it is one of my favorite horror movies. Like I was really surprised about like the suspense that they built and like the direction that the movie went. But it's one of the lower ones. Like it's still like one of my favorites, but it's lower on my favorites list. but
it's not as much favorite.
Yeah, not as much.
Yeah, it's still favorite, but it's not as much favorite. Yeah, but I mean, I've said it before that the original Halloween might be the greatest horror movie ever made. Like it's that good. Like if you watch certain things, like I've watched like a lot of YouTube things and some behind the scenes and like some things that like really show some aspects and like things that they do that I didn't notice the first time around. I'm like, wow, this was like masterfully done. Like it's just so good. So I gotta go with Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I do really like the Crazies as well. I think it's a really, really one of the better horror remakes to come out, in the 2010s and whatnot. So I will defend it. But yeah, it's going to be Halloween, which is a top 5 horror movie of all time for me. So yeah, Halloween.
Yeah.
JPO.
That's a cool Crazies poster though. I like it.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of in agreement here. I like the remake, reboot, whatever. Timothy is pretty old and fantastic, as always. But yeah, I mean, you're going against an OG, you're going against a favorite of mine as well, and I might try to buy that poster later and put that on my wall.
Yeah, sure.
Halloween.
John?
Yeah, this is unfair. I'm not going to be the person that votes against Halloween. That'd be silly. So I got to go.
Yeah.
I'll tell all your horror friends what you
Please don't do
that.
Yeah. Jacob.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I like the Crazies. I dig it, but Halloween is actually my favorite horror movie. So yeah, it's a pretty easy vote.
Yeah,
the Crazies was going up against something else. I might.
Oh yeah. First clean sweep of the night there. Actually, we haven't had any yet, so there we go.
Nice.
Got John Carpenter's The Thing against A Quiet Place Part 2.
Oh.
Yeah, this might be another unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah.
So Jordan, you're up first.
Yeah, man, and it's really tough because I think that the first Quiet Place and the second one are on par to me. Like I like them equally. I think they're both just really, really solid. So I'm really looking forward to the third one. So hopefully it'll hold up as far as quality goes. So I really like it. But yeah, The Thing is like another all timer, which if you get a Thing versus Halloween matchup, that's going to be like a championship match right there. So, yeah, that's got to be the Thing. It's just so good, and like speaking of practical effects, like almost all practical effects, and it's really good. So, yeah.
No, it's unfortunate for A Quiet Place Part 2. I just watched that one for the first time a few weeks ago. Yeah, I liked it. Not quite as much as the original, but still really good. Very fun watch. But yeah, and I'm going to repeat exactly what I said last time. But The Thing, it's a top 5 horror movie of all time for me, and some of the great practical effects in history. So yeah, The Thing. JPO.
Yeah, shit, not much to add. I think Quiet Place is a really good follow-up here. If they do a trilogy, I'm totally down for it because I do think it's pretty on par, if not maybe to answer the first one because it is the first one. But The Thing, again, I think it's an all-timer for me as well. We're kind of looking at a similar situation the last round. I think A Quiet Place is better than Crazies, but it's still not quite on par as The Thing. So yeah, The Thing.
Yep.
John?
Let me repeat myself. I'm not going to be the person to vote against The Thing. That's insane.
Yeah,
right. Exactly. Jacob?
If this was the first one, it'd be a lot closer for me because I really do dig that first Quiet Place. But part 2, I still like it, but it's not quite on the same level for me personally. I'll just echo what everyone else has said. The Thing is an all-timer. It's a classic. It's a top 5. So I'll go with The Thing.
Yeah, Malcolm.
Yeah, the Thing was one of those movies that after I'd sent the list to Oscar, I was like, oh shit, I didn't put The Thing on there, but I'm glad it made it in here anyway. Yeah,
I got you covered.
I just didn't really want to. I didn't think about changing anything when after that. I was like, I'll just leave it. But yeah, The Thing's great. Quiet Place is good too, but it's not The Thing. So The Thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason he won our Masters of Horror tournament. So Toon Carpenter movies, 2 clean sweeps. So
yeah,
two of his best movies.
I know.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Got The Cabin in the Woods and Alien. That's a nice match. And I got to go first. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, god damn it. Fuck. I've watched Cabin in the Woods so many times. Like, it's got to be in the 30s now. I've watched this movie. I showed it to everybody ever. But you know what's interesting here? I might do what I kind of did in the first matchup, just because we've seen it a lot. I willed it into a win recently and got it to finally win a tournament. And it seems like Alien gets the short shrift on a lot of these tournaments, and it really shouldn't, because it's a masterpiece of what we were talking about earlier, space horror and just horror in general. And while I'm an Aliens guy, it doesn't take anything away from Alien being a very masterful movie. So you know what? I'll give it to Alien this time, just to switch it up a little bit. JPO?
Yeah.
As long as we both agree Aliens is not a horror movie. You know what I'm saying, Fez? This is a good round, though.
All right, anyways, and we'll move on to...
yeah, right.
I'm just going to even it up for now because I love and adore Alien. If you're just talking about what's more my speed, what am I going back to more, it's Cabin in the Woods. That's another all-timer for me personally here. We didn't script, got it directing. I'm going to go Cabin in the Woods, even it up, make y'all decide.
All right.
Yeah.
John.
1979 was a great year. Alien.
So was 2000 whatever.
Yeah.
2012.
I mean, I'm kind of partial. I'm kind of partial to 1979.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jacob.
That when you were born?
Yes.
Yeah, that's when I was born.
Well, you know what's funny enough, John? I was born in 86, the year of Aliens, and it was fate for me. So, yeah.
I just watched Arachnophobia, and that's from my year, so that's my movie now.
Okay, sounds good. You claim whatever you want. So, Jacob.
Aliens, Arachnophobia, same level. No, I know in the first matchup I said I kind of lean more towards the horror comedy, which Cabin in the Woods has, but Alien is just so good. I am because Alien, I actually go back to this movie quite a bit. I think all the performances are great. The space horror is really good. I'm gonna go Alien.
All right, Malcolm.
But yeah, I was born the same year Rocky 4 came out. But yeah, I love Cabin in the Woods. I think it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm going to go Alien here because I think it's really great. So Alien.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, well, I was born in '85, the year of Back to the Future, The Goonies, and a couple, a few good horror movies: Return of the Living Dead, Fright Night, Day of the Dead. So I mean, there's a few, but yeah, Alien, like the movie that just blew me away when I saw it, and there's so many elements that I can just think of, like with like the xenomorph popping out, like the like chest burster, like just all that stuff, and it's another one where got a hot chick in it. Sigourney Weaver is really hot, especially near the end of the movie. So, and Cabin in the Woods is fun, but I got to give it to Alien. I think it's an all timer. Yeah.
Sure, and you forgot about Police Academy 2.
Okay.
All right.
She in that?
All right. So that's the end of the first side. So we'll jump over to the other side right after these commercial messages.
You thought you killed me. Freddy Krueger will never die. I'm closer than you think. Just a phone call away. Dial this number and prepare to be scared. And I'm always around, everywhere. So dial this number now if you dare. Join the Freddy Fan Club. Freddy Krueger has a special message just for you.
$1.50 for the first minute, 35 cents each additional minute.
What the heck? They had a 1-900.
Hold on, guys.
No, you don't have to, because I did just to check. It's a dead number.
It's dead.
It's a dead number. It gives you a message that says it's a dead number, basically.
Damn.
So I tried just to see. I was curious, but yeah, no, that's a real commercial.
What do you mean? You didn't hear him?
Yeah.
Well, because usually the 1-900 numbers are like sex numbers, so it's just funny that yeah.
Hear this recording that Robert Englund did for this random thing.
Yeah.
So all right. So we'll start with JPO this time for Lights Out versus Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, unfortunately, another uneven matchup here. I actually do enjoy Lights Out. It was a decent little surprise of that particular year where I was like, I enjoyed that, but nothing to the next level. Well, I really, really like Dr. Sleep, even with like semi-high expectations. Like, really? You're going to go back to, but yeah, they did it well written, well acted. So yeah, Dr. Sleep gets my vote.
All right. John?
I'm kind of with JPO here. Do you think this is, Lights Out is great. I like it. I enjoyed it. There's nothing wrong with Lights Out, but Dr. Sleep is like almost perfect. I like Dr. Sleep a lot. I'm going to go Dr. Sleep.
Okay. Jacob?
Yeah, there's days where I might be more of a Dr. Sleep guy than a Shining guy. I really like Dr. Sleep. So, yeah, Dr. Sleep.
Okay. Malcolm?
Yeah, I just had to quickly double check because I've thought for sure Lights Out was the one with Stephen Lang, but that's probably the other one. Don't Breathe.
Oh yeah,
Don't breathe. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've seen Lights Out once. I think I don't remember if I have, but yeah, Dr. Sleep is actually the number one on the list that I gave Austin, and I think it's great. It's one of those ones where I heard they're doing a sequel to The Shining, but still having it based on the book, which a lot of people were saying that wasn't going to work, but Mike Flanagan managed to make it work, and that's why he keeps going back to Netflix doing those horror TV shows. I've still got to watch them all, but I've heard they're really good. So Dr. Sleep.
All right, Jordan.
Well, I've been showing this off recently. I'm not gonna put it all the way up, but I have this 6 foot tall Dr. Sleep poster that I got from working in a movie theater. Because dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm probably gonna give it away, honestly, on the channel for some kind of prize, but it's hard to even.
John, do you need another poster in your background there?
Yeah,
hey,
right.
why not? I can make it work.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's huge. I don't have room for it, so that's why I got to try to give it away because it's literally too big for my wall. So, but
the best is that this is the guest room in my house. Anybody that sleeps in this room just gets freaked out. It's the best.
Oh yeah.
but Lights Out was on my list. It was a lot of fun, and it might be fun another sneeze coming on, but anyways, yeah, just what David F. Sandberg was able to do, just the studio took a little short and then made it into a full length movie, and it really worked for me. I just really like when like the second you flip off the lights, there's like some kind of demon standing there, and like I always think about that, and like especially when I was a little kid, like the second the lights go off, it's like what's going to be in the dark? Anything could happen. But yeah, Doctor Sleep is so good. That's the first movie that I ever saw in an AMC Prime. For whatever reason, I just never been to one before, so like I saw it in like the best, like the perfect quality that I could see it in, and yeah, like it was really good. And especially from the first trailer that I saw, like that trailer just blew me away when it's like get ready to shine again and the music and everything. It was just really, really cool. Like my jaw was on the floor because I didn't know what it was when I started watching. I didn't know Doctor Sleep was a sequel to The Shining. So I was watching like, oh, this is a freaking sequel to The Shining. This is crazy. So yeah, I got to give it to Doctor Sleep.
I feel like they made that pretty clear in the marketing of the movie, but
Well, no, like I just mean when I saw the first trailer, like
okay, all right,
like then I realized it, but yeah,
yeah, I'll slightly go Doctor Sleep here. It is a pretty epic movie. Yeah, Flanagan made it work. Although I do appreciate two things about Lights Out. I appreciate the 80-minute lean runtime. That's a lost art these days, and I appreciate that it has smart characters to make good decisions. So I also appreciate that. But
it's a good one to draft for the PG and PG-13 one, maybe.
Yeah, it might be. But we get Doctor Sleep here. Going on to It, Chapter 1, against Chopping Mall.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go to John first.
I'm wearing this shirt, so I guess It Chapter 1.
Okay,
sure. Yeah.
All right. Jacob.
I believe these are both former tournament winners as well.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
So, this is a pretty big matchup. But yeah, I think It Chapter 1 I think is really solid. I think it's got some of the best kid performances that I've seen. But yeah, no, it's close, but I'm gonna go with It.
Okay. What tournament did Chopping Mall win?
One of my 128 tournaments. Everybody went anarchy mode for like part 2 or something, and
it wasn't the championship, so we were like, well, it doesn't.
No, it was like part 2 of like the 128. So everybody was like, screw it, let's go Chopping Mall. And then anarchy ruled on that one. Yeah, so it's a former tournament winner, and I think it won the Stephen King adaptation tournament. So Malcolm.
Yeah, I like It Chapter 1 a lot. I think Bill Skarsgård is really terrifying as Pennywise. But you know what? I watched Chopping Mall for the first time. It was either this year or last year. It's a lot of fun. So neither of these are on my list, so I don't have a problem voting Chopping Mall. So Chopping Mall.
Okay. Yeah. Jordan.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, like it's kind of unfortunate for Chopping Mall because when I watched it for the first time, yeah, like I had so much fun with this a movie that's enough to make my favorite horror movie list. I only saw it about like a year and a half or 2 years ago, something like that. But yeah, it was just so much fun. Like just I don't know, like it just worked for me. And but it's just like so good. Yeah, like just to echo what you guys said, like Bill Skarsgård is great. Great child cast, and I mentioned it before, but it's one of the most fun theater experiences that I've had. I saw it in basically one of the biggest sold out theaters in Seattle when I was living up there. So yeah, that made it fun. So I'll go with it.
Yeah, no, these are both great movies. But like I said, Chopping Mall is in my 128. It has a lot of great things that I love about it. Speaking of sexy runtimes, that 77-minute runtime is so sexy for that movie. It's great that it can get it done. Yeah. A great batch of characters. A sexy Barber Crampton never hurts. You get a nice Dick Miller cameo, as with most 80s horror movies should have. You got head explosions, and you got a scene where they arm up with the gun store in the mall, which is always great. I'm going to give it the Chopping Mall. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I will say, I do really love the fact that the end credits give the head exploding scene to the one girl. You know,
yeah.
It's like Susan, whatever, and it's over her head exploding. Right. That's her image. Yeah, so I watched Chopping Mall in like the last week or two, and then quickly realized I have seen 90% of this movie before because I was like, I've definitely seen this. So yeah, I had fun with it too. But to me, It's another kind of level. Like I really love it. I remember leaving that theater too and going so ready for that sequel. Where the first one leaves off. I love it a lot, so it will get my vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So It Chapter 1 will take that one. Going down to The Fly versus Saw 5.
Okay.
All right. Jacob.
Yeah, The Fly is a movie I came to very recently, very late to this one, but I instantly loved it. Like I watched it again the next day because I was just like I thought the performances were good, the body horror was done really well. Just everything about this movie, I just really really enjoy it. I even watched like the behind the scenes stuff. I usually don't do that like right away. I'm like, I might be interested in like I might go to it eventually, but like I was like, all right, I want to know like more about this movie. Saw 5, like I said again earlier with the other Saw that came up, it's like I know that I've seen them, but like I'm not sure which traps belong to which movie. Was this the one with Chester Bennington? Was he?
No, he's a 7.
Seven. See,
Yeah.
I just don't know. The Fly is gonna get my vote.
This is the one where the dude has like a box on his head and he shakes his head a lot.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right. Well, he gives himself a pretty gnarly self-tracheotomy. It's pretty dope, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't think that happens in this one.
Yeah.
Malcolm?
Wrong. Yeah, Saw 5 is my favorite of the Saw franchise. And yeah, I think it's great. The Fly is another one that I figured Jordan might have had on his list, so I chose to not put it on mine. But yeah, it's unfortunate to to go up against it, so I'm going to go for The Fly.
Okay, Jordan.
Yeah. So again, I'm not a big Saw fan. I don't know. I've only seen 3 of them, and I've not seen Saw 5. So I don't know if I ever will. Maybe, I don't know. But The Fly, I'll watch like at least once a year. Like this movie is really really good, and yeah, it's just great performances, great practical effects, great the transformations, the body horror, like all that stuff, and like David Cronenberg, like I'm kind of hit and miss on his movies. Like there's some that are not good at all that I don't like. There's some that are like all timers, and The Fly is an all timer. So I got it to The Fly, and also shout out Gina Davis. She's also really good in it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I Saw 5 is a decent Saw movie. It's in my lower half though. It's just it's okay. I'll watch it when I'm doing the marathon and whatnot, but it's not one of my upper half. And I'll say what I've said a couple times today. The Fly is a top 5 of all time for me. I think this movie's incredible piece of work. So I'll go with The Fly. JPO.
This is a good Saw pick. It's definitely in the top half of the Saws, but my favorite Saw is probably not going to get outvoted by The Fly for me. So I'm gonna go The Fly here.
Yeah,
John.
Yeah, this is a bit of a mismatch. I mean, The Fly is, probably I don't know if it's peak Cronenberg, but it's near peak Cronenberg. So I gotta go with The Fly.
What's peak Cronenberg for you though?
Videodrome, probably.
Okay, that's like second favorite for me. I still go Fly.
That's the one where the gun's in his stomach.
Yeah. Right. I prefer the video to the VHS, VCR in the stomach. I prefer that.
I always like that clip.
Got the original Quiet Place versus the original Scream.
Damn.
This could be a tough one. We'll see where it goes. All right, Scream versus the Quiet Place. Malcolm.
Yeah, I like Quiet Place. I think it's a really interesting sort of concept of a movie where, like, they have barely any dialogue in the movie, and it's just one of those ones that really gets the cinema to be careful of making noise, because anything that they would do in the cinema, it would be killed Terry. But yeah, the first Scream is great. I really love it, so I'm gonna go Scream.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the Quiet Place movies because the first Scream is an all-timer. I think it's just so good, and gets very meta, just like a few of the other Scream movies do, but like in the best way. And also, I'll just repeat that I met most of the cast at a convention, and Nev Campbell is one of the nicest people in the world. Like, I got to talk to her for like 5-6 minutes, and she's really cool.
But have you seen Shrek with Jamie Kennedy?
Wait, I seen what is it?
Nah, just ignore me.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I've seen like some of his movies, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Scream.
Yeah, I'll also go Scream here. Just funny enough with the contrasting titles here: A Quiet Place, Scream, which you don't want to do, which you don't want to do in A Quiet Place.
Yeah,
That's right. But yeah, I do like A Quiet Place. But yeah, Scream's kind of one of those cornerstone movies, that changed the game, and we talk about that a lot here. And that's just one of those movies. So yeah, I'll go with Scream. JPO.
Yeah, another one where I feel unfortunate for second place here because, again, talking maybe top 10 the last decade, I might go Quiet Place, but talking top 10 of all time for me, I'm going Scream. So, Scream.
Yeah. John?
Yeah, I agree with everybody. A Quiet Place is great. I love it when that kid gets what's coming to him in the beginning. Little kid deserves it. He deserves it. Yeah, Scream is an all-timer. You can't go against Scream.
Hey, those parents should have taken the damn batteries out of that thing. You know what I mean?
My sister gave him the batteries. They had no idea what was going on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, still, that's stupid. Then it's on her. Then she got blood on her hands. Damn it.
Yeah.
Jacob.
I would have went A Quiet Place. I really enjoy it. I really like this one.
Wrong kid, Dad.
That's the wrong movie.
Yeah, right. All right, no, fair enough. But Scream, we'll move on.
Also, I'll mention really quick that I tried to show the opening scene of Scream with Drew Barrymore to my 9-year-old nephew, and like he definitely wasn't ready for it. Like halfway through that, like I'm not gonna look. Like he was. Really
I was
scared.
7. Tell him to grow up.
Yeah, so I just stopped it. I'm like, all right, like it's a little much for you. Okay, we'll call it good.
Maybe show the lyrics and be like, see, she's fine.
Yeah. Wes Craven's New Nightmare and Insidious. All right. So we'll start with Jordan this time.
So if y'all know me, Insidious is my favorite horror movie of all time. I just love what they're able to create here with the further and like the man with the fire on his face. I think they call him. Like it's just like one of the like scariest and like creepiest. Like when he pops up behind Patrick Wilson, it just like even though it's in the trailer, like it just got me every time. And you see him crawling on the wall and I just think that like just everything about it. Like Lynn Shay's good. Like the two like goon guys, they call it like the Dog and Pony Show, and they're like they're fun to add some humor to it. I don't love really any of the sequels. The most recent one's probably the one I like the best out of them, but even that one's not like great. And New Nightmare's fun. It might be like my third or fourth favorite out of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. But yeah, Insidious is my number one, so I got to go Insidious.
Yeah, I've said it before. It's no disrespect to Jordan, but those Insidious and Conjuring movies just don't do a lot for me. Like I think they've got some good imagery and whatnot, and a few clever concepts, but I don't go back to them a lot. But yeah, I love the Nightmare franchise. New Nightmare is probably my third favorite, but it's still really good. So I'll go New Nightmare.
Yeah, also, I'm a big James Wan fan, so anything James Wan, I'll probably go for.
JPO?
This is a close one for me here because I do like Insidious. I think the scares do work here. I'm also a big Pat Wilson fan. I call him Pat because we're friends. But yeah, New Nightmare. It's a really interesting concept. Takes a second to kind of build, but I love the fact that they kind of found a new kind of way to attack it, and I don't think there's a Scream without it as well. Can't look at it that way. So I lean towards a New Nightmare here.
All right, John.
This is actually pretty close for me. This year actually was the first year I watched the entire Insidious franchise, with the exception of the new one. It's a really strong franchise for me. The new one kind of like skews it down, but I think, and I love New Nightmare too. It was definitely like has an argument to be the best in that franchise, at least. But I think I'm going to go Insidious here, just in this one.
Okay, Jacob.
Insidious is another franchise I need to get to. Just haven't gotten to it yet, so I'm gonna go with New Nightmare.
Okay. Malcolm.
Yeah, I also watched the Insidious franchise for the first time this year. And yeah, I mean the first one is really good. But yeah, I really like New Nightmare, and it's just sad for Freddy Krueger. He sort of people didn't find him scary. He had to become a janitor in Scream. So
Yeah.
but yeah, and I find it funny that a lot of the movies that me and Jordan have picked appeared last week on the Masters of episode.
Right, yeah.
But I'm gonna go New Nightmare.
Yeah, we got a couple of crossovers from that episode, but yeah, for sure.
Sad.
All right, sorry, Jordan. Insidious had bad luck both tournaments.
How many Insidious
I
are
know,
there?
yeah. 5.
5, yeah.
5.
Yeah.
And four with Patrick Wilson?
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Black Sheep versus Scream
Only
6.
2, I think.
Well,
okay.
I hate to say it, but Malcolm, is anybody besides Malcolm voting for Black Sheep?
No.
Ram you.
Yeah.
Ram you.
It was just a little too cheesy for me, but I did watch it for the first time for this, but it just didn't really do.
I had fun, but not over any.
I don't know what John thinks of Black Sheep, but you know,
Black Sheep's a lot of fun, but it's Scream 6.
All right. I mean, God. And I found this poster where he's stabbing the Statue of Liberty. I thought that poster was awesome. That's a great, but way better than the regular poster.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I will say, when I saw that Jordan had Shopping Mall on his list, I was hoping for Black Sheep versus Shopping Mall sequel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
fair enough.
That might be close.
But also, I'll say that the main girl in Black Sheep looks strikingly similar to my ex-fiance, but like this isn't any kind of like I'm trying to like brag or anything. I think my ex-fiance was a little hotter than that girl, but yeah, but they're a little close, yeah.
Damn, so that actress might be watching this episode.
All right. All right, Scream 6. All right, got VHS 2 and Freaky. So we'll start with me. Yeah, I like Freaky enough. I like that they used Vince Vaughn's size, to a good degree. A lot of people don't realize how big that giant motherfucker is, and I appreciate this movie actually used it. But I've argued it before. John heard me argue it the other night. I think VHS 2 has the greatest horror short ever made with Safe Haven and Gareth Edwards and what he did with that. So, and I will argue that till the end of time. So I got to go VHS 2. JPO.
For whatever reason, this actually came up during dinner tonight. I haven't seen the VHSs yet, so Freaky.
Okay. John?
This is another tough one, but you're 100% right, Pez. Safe Haven is fantastic. I want to think if there's anything else redeeming about VHS 2, though.
The bike. I like the bike. GoPro.
Ride in the park. You're riding the park is pretty solid.
That's
yeah, okay. You sold me VHS. Ride in the park is actually pretty fresh. Yeah, I'll go. And actually, even though the Wingard short is like stupid, how they go about introducing it, why it's being filmed is actually really clever too. So,
but it's fine because VHS 2 it's like a 40-minute short, so it takes up most of the movie and it's the centerpiece. So I don't mind like getting to it, but the zombie one comes first, I think. But it's
it goes the test experiments, then the ride in the park, then Safe Haven, and then the alien abduction one. Is that what that one is?
The alien abduction one is still okay. I like the sounds and stuff are all right.
Tank's a good boy. So let's go VHS 2. Sure. Freaky's awesome though. Don't discount Freaky. Just VHS 2 is just that much better.
Yeah. Jacob.
Take your word for it because I haven't seen it. And I really enjoy Freaky. I think it's got a good blend of horror and comedy here, so I'm gonna go with Freaky.
Okay. Malcolm?
Yeah, I like VHS 2 enough. Like it's another one that I saw for the first time this year. I've still got to get to the newest one. I can't remember how many more I've still got to watch off the VHS. I think I've only seen the first 2.
There's a new one out right now. There's another one coming out next year. They've already announced for a sci-fi one. They keep cranking them out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean I know the newest one that is out. I think it's got Andrew Guy in it. But
isn't it VHS from like a year 70 something or 80 something or
no? The new one's 80.
New one's 85.
85.
Okay. Yeah, 85. Yeah.
But yeah, I Freaky was one of those movies that surprised me when I saw it because because it's just one that like I don't know why it surprised me so much because it is from the same people who did Happy Death Days in that, but yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. So Freaky gets my vote.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, so I do really like Freaky. It was a lot of fun last year when we went to Universal Studios. They had a Freaky, one of the haunted houses for Halloween Horror Nights, was a theme from Freaky, and I did a pretty good job with it. And I do like Catherine Newton. I think she's pretty attractive, especially playing like a killer. Like, is even more attractive to me. Like, I don't know why, but yeah, VHS 2. Yeah, that segment in Indonesia. Yeah, that's one of the like coolest things that I've ever seen. It just like blew my mind when I saw that. I'm just like so good. Like probably like you're right, maybe the best short ever made, like for horror. But we also like the bike one's good, and then the one where the guy gets his eye replaced and he starts seeing crazy stuff. I think that one's pretty good too. So yeah, I'll have to give it to VHS 2.
All right, so we have been a little while. We got a tie. Jacob, you got the tiebreaker this time.
I'll stick with Freaky.
All right, Freaky moves on. All right, going down to the Strangers and Split. So start with JPO back at the bottom.
Oh yeah, just thinking about this one. Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards one here. I like the Strangers. I think it had some good atmosphere building, and whatnot. You can learn to kind of care about this couple who's going through a tough time. And it's got my boy Dennis from It's Always Sunny. But yeah, Split, I think you have an Oscar-worthy performance in here from McAvoy. And just it keeps you very engaged, at least for me. So Split.
All right. John?
It's another tough one. I think as far as like horror movies, like being, I mean, Split's a great movie, but I think The Strangers is definitely more iconic. So I'm going to go with The Strangers.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Jacob? Oh, he's eating right now. Sorry.
Yeah. I will argue the Cosmic Brownie is the best thing Little Debbie has put out.
Yeah.
I'm a zebra cake guy.
Yeah,
Jordan, you got to get back to ranking those. I'm on tier ranker snack foods.
Yeah,
right. You got to do that. Yeah.
But no, this is an interesting matchup because I really like both of these movies. The Strangers, it's one of those horror movies where I'm like, wow, that could like actually happen to me. I think that's the scariest part. But I think JPO made a good point about McAvoy's performance, and I kind of agree with that. I think he's incredible in the movie. By the slightest of margins, I'm going to go with Split.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm aware of The Strangers. I haven't seen it. I know Liv Tyler's in it. Eventually, I'll probably get around to seeing it, but it seems to pop up a lot in a lot of places. But yeah, Split is really good. And it's one of those ones that I like the fact that the twist was basically just that it was a sequel to Unbreakable and setting up the a universe. Yeah, I think it's a really good movie. I think Anya Taylor-Joy is really good at it as well, so I'm going to go Split.
All right, Jordan?
Yeah, like I think that for Split, that James McAvoy is given like an Oscar-worthy performance. It's so good. Just how many different personalities. I can't remember how many they say he has, 20 something or something like that. And just to see all the different personalities come out, like, and then when you see it finally, like the real him come out when he's in the therapy session and like he's just really scared about like what's happening to him and all these things that are going on is like really cool. But The Strangers, yeah, I'm kind of with Jacob when he says like it feels like something that could really happen to you, like just going out to some cabin out in the middle of nowhere and then like people just start coming to harass you in like the craziest ways. And I think that it's just done so brilliantly. Like these are both on my list. And there's just some scenes where like you see some of the the like masked people kind of getting in the house, and you see him in the background. You're like, oh my gosh, he's right there. Like, and like it just really works for me. I mean, I do think some of the characters make some dumb mistakes when they split up, and he goes back outside, and like some of those things I kind of wish they wouldn't have done. But I mean, like, it might be like kind of true to life when you're going through something that horrifying that like you're not always thinking clearly, and you might do something kind of dumb like that. So I'm gonna give it to The Strangers, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of with John. This is a really close one because I do think The Strangers is kind of a, I still don't think it gets heralded enough for what it does, making a pretty realistic horror movie, with this home invasion aspect. But God damn it, I saw Split 3 times in the theaters, man. I love that movie. I just kept going back to watch the performance. And I think even when we did rank them with Malcolm, we did horror performances that should have been nominated for Oscars. Like, I think we argued for McAvoy and Split. Like, he's up there. Like, he's great. So, yeah, I'm going to go Split as well.
Yeah.
So Split.
I'm not mad about it. Yeah.
Got The Faculty, and that is the black phone. The black phone.
Oh.
Yeah. So
yeah.
All right, John, you're up first on this one.
Good.
The Black Phone is pretty good. It's Stephen King adjacent, so it's important to note that it's adjacent. But The Faculty is just like really like everybody's in that movie. Like everyone's like The Faculty has everybody in it. And they're all like funny performances. It's a little bit funny. It's a little bit freaky. I like The Faculty. Just brings me a lot of nostalgia. So I got to go with The Faculty.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob.
After seeing the trailer for The Black Phone for what felt like 17 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
right.
God,
Yeah,
I saw that trailer
so many
9,000 times.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that the movie would live up to expectations. And it did. It was good. I really enjoyed it. But The Faculty, it's another one that I recently came to for the first time for, again, a show that Austin and I were doing. And I absolutely loved it. I think this movie is really, really good. And yeah, like everybody's in it, and I think they're all giving really good performances. Like Jon Stewart is like really good. Like I was not expecting that from him. I'm like, oh, okay.
There's a moment where Jon Stewart was just like a good character actor. People forget.
Right.
Yeah, and it shows here. I think he's great. And yeah, there were places the movie went. Like I was sure. I was like, no, it's the football coach. It's the football coach. It's not the football coach. Okay. I just had a lot of fun watching it. I'm gonna go with The Faculty.
Yeah. Malcolm. Right?
Malcolm. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I watched The Faculty for the first time a few weeks ago when we did Robert Rodriguez movies on Rankin. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. I don't know why I took so long to watch it, because I think it was just simply.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I just think it was simply just a case of it's just really wasn't streaming anywhere for me. But yeah, I mean, we talked about again on how movies that we think should get a legacy sequel, because some people brought up The Faculty, and then could be interesting. But yeah, I think The Black Phone was such a surprise for me. Even like we've seen the trailer so much, and it's looking like Doom Part 2 is probably going to be the one we can see a trailer for a lot of time now. Yes, but I'm going to slightly go Black Phone here.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah, well, when we went to Halloween Horror Nights, the one haunted house was a freaky / black phone house, and so they had that guy with the like people wearing the mask like just all over the place, and they had it like really set up to look pretty like realistic, like it was from the movie. So good job. But like I just feel like the Black Phone, like I've seen like several movies like it, like in my lifetime. Like it didn't really feel that creative to me. Like it just like a guy kidnaps someone and like holding them hostage somewhere or like whatever. But still good. Like I really like Jeremy Davies' performance as like the like father, because like he's almost like kind of abusive, but then you see the emotion when his son gets actually taken. He's actually gets pretty emotional, and it's a pretty good performance. But yeah, The Faculty, and just an all timer for me. And you're right when you say that like everybody's in this movie, like everybody, yeah. Like just people that like you wouldn't even expect. Like you have Christopher McDonald that pops up, Robert Patrick. You have the like
fucking Usher.
Yeah. Well, Usher's like on the poster, like he's one of the main guys, but he's barely in the movie. but
come on, everybody's favorite actor.
Filming.
Everybody's favorite actor, Danny Masterson. Anybody? Yeah, right.
Oh yeah,
no,
yeah, right.
No, I don't remember him in the movie at all.
Oh, okay.
Well, speaking of Masterson, there's another one. There's a Malcolm in the Middle, and they have the military like sergeant guy, and like he's in there. But yeah, like it's a really good cast. And when I lived with the very first roommate I ever lived in, he owned a total of 12 movies, and we rewatched them all the time. And one of them was The Faculty. We watched that in Porky's all the time for whatever reason. So like I've seen the.
That explains it.
Like,
yeah, right.
Like, yeah. So yeah, I got to go with The Faculty. And it's a great body snatchers movie. So yeah.
Yeah. Now, anybody knows me knows I'm a huge Body Snatchers fan. The 78 Body Snatchers is my favorite horror movie. Faculty is a top 10 horror movie. I love it. Seen it 50 times. I dig it. And yeah, I'm with John. I think The Black Phone's okay, only because I've seen a dozen horror movies exactly like The Black Phone. So it didn't really do like anything for me. And I know people praising it just are like casual horror fans who don't watch as much as we do. And I've just seen movies exactly like The Black Phone, and it just didn't do a lot for me. So I'll go with The Faculty. JPO.
I really like both. I thought Black Phone really worked. I think it's out of two great kid performances as well. Even the dad thing is very interesting because, first you're just like, oh, he's a piece of shit. And it's like, oh, no, I mean, go through that yourself and, question your doubts and everything. So I thought it really worked. But yeah, Faculty's kind of, and it's a 90s kind of old timer for me here. I remember taping it off of like Stars Free Preview Weekend. So I would watch it a lot. And, great fun cast. And, this is my Body Snatchers movie. So yeah, I'm going to go for Faculty.
Yeah. And that's a little poster I found that's like a reanimator.
Yeah, that's a cool poster.
That's awesome.
Great. So we got Life versus Escape Room 2, the Tournament of Champions.
Yes, I love this matchup.
We'll see what happens here. Jacob's up first.
Haven't seen Escape Room 2 yet.
Really?
You didn't see it on the opening Thursday like I did.
Didn't make time for it yet. I have seen Life, and I like it enough that I can give it a vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
I think Escape Room 2 was actually a big surprise for me because I remember seeing the first one. I was like, this because I thought the first one just worked fine, just on it as a standalone. I don't think really needed a sequel necessarily, but it's one of those ones that I really dug the sequel there. I don't like Life at all. I think it's boring.
You don't like Life? Well, we need to get you some therapy, Malcolm. We're gonna call. I'm gonna make a phone call after this. Listen, we're gonna help you out, buddy. We love you, Malcolm. We're here for you.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm gonna vote for
prevention hotline number.
Jordan.
But yeah. So for whatever reason, like I'm just a big fan of Life. Just like for some reason, just the tone of it, like just gave me like a small bit of the alien vibe, just small, like not a lot, but like just with like this creature that just gets loose, and it's like you don't know where it is. It's like floating on in the vent somewhere. Could be anything. Like it's slowly growing, it's slowly killing people, and I really dig the cast too. Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds, Rebecca Ferguson, Hiroyuki Sanada's in there. I think that it's really, really good. And like me personally, I'd love to see a sequel because if you see how it ends, there's
it's Venom. This is the prequel to Venom.
For a sequel. Yeah, a lot of people do compare it to that, but I think I think that it's really, really fun. And it takes a lot to really creep me out, but for whatever reason, this movie just really creeped me out because it's always the unexpected things that like really creep me out. I don't get scared from like just like the big gory and like movie or monsters or like whatever. Just some kind of like subtle little like weird little alien creature. Just I don't know, like it just freaked me out. So I might be well I know I'm in the minority there, but still, I'll go with Life. And I've never seen Escape Room, like any of them. So
yeah. Again, same as the original Escape Room. This one's fine for what it is. It's perfectly decent. 90 minutes of entertainment. It knows what it is. It gets in. It gets out. I forgot I saw it 3 weeks later. It's not a 5 out of 5 movie like Chris Scott thinks. It's not. It's not a perfect film.
Plus. Have you seen Deadstream?
Yeah.
That's Chris Scott.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, no, he does look like him too.
I'm convinced it is.
Yeah. So you know what? For you, Jordan, since it never makes it out of the first tournament, and it's going to lose to the faculty anyways, I'll give it to Life.
Yeah.
JPO.
Pez, you kind of stole my words. Like both tournament fights, both the escape rooms. They're fine. Like I'll watch the third one if they fucking get to it.
Yeah,
but
I have Regal Unlimited. I'll go watch it opening night. Why not?
I'll get to it, but
why not?
They're never rose past like a 3 if I'm nice. You know,
right?
2.5, 3. And Life has enough interesting stuff here. Maybe it gets elevated as well because you do have like kind of an A-list cast and an otherwise kind of B-list kind of feature. But I actually dug it more. So yeah, I'm gonna go Life here for sure.
All right, John.
I really can't believe both escape rooms are in this list.
It's all Malcolm. That's on both of his lists. It's his list. It's Malcolm. Yeah.
Malcolm, New Zealand beats us in freedom, but the fact that you're putting Escape Room 2 on this list, maybe we don't need that much freedom. Maybe America's fine just the way it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got to go with Life. It's just a better movie.
All right. Tournament Fights is pro-life. All right, here we go.
That's why I like the matchup because I knew this is the only chance that it had to go.
Well, when it came up in the wheel, I was like, oh, maybe it'll actually win for once.
Yeah, for once.
All right. That's Dream Warriors right there against Gremlins 2, and I found that cool Rambo. It's a Rambo poster I found for Gizmo. Yeah. So, it looks like the Rambo 3 poster. All right, so this time we start with Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, I like Gremlins 2 enough. I think it's a lot of fun, and the Hulk Hogan cameo is a lot of fun. Or if you're one of the few people that only saw it on VHS and saw the John Wayne cameo, I feel like. But it has to go up against Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, which is the best one of the bunch. And yes, I'm going to go Dream Warriors.
Mm-hmm. Jordan?
Yeah, so I know that like nightmare movies are really popular in this community. Like I think that they're good, but like none of them really make my all-time list though. Like they're all good, but like Gremlins 2 though, that's number 4 on my list overall. Like this movie blows me away. I think it's so much fun. I remember that I watched it when I was a little kid, and then like I didn't really fully appreciate it when I was little, and then I rewatched it about a year or two ago for another time, and like just remember just like being like blown away and just having so much fun. There's so many things like you could rewatch this so many times. You can catch new things. It's just like they just gave the like keys to Joe Dante. Just said just go to town, just do whatever you want, and like because they wanted him back, and that's one of the stipulations that he gets full creative control, and so he did, and it's awesome just from like the Gremlins playing with like Gremlin themed Legos and like the Hulk Hogan thing, or like the like prostitute Gremlin or whatever. Like there's a lot of fun things, so I got to give it to Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gremlins 2 is like I love Dream Warriors. It's my favorite of the series, but like I think Gremlins 2 is like an all-time piece of entertainment. Like it just is anarchy on screen. I love everything about this movie. I love the fact that it makes references that like if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, it doesn't hurt you. Christopher Lee, speaking of body snatchers, just walking around with a pod from the 50s Body Snatchers in this movie at one point for no reason at all, and they don't draw attention to it. It's just it's there if you get it. If you don't, it's fine. You just move on. And it's great. Like there's all kinds of stuff in that movie that Joe Dante threw in there. He had full creative control, and it's amazing. I love this movie to pieces. I always see something new with it. So, I'll go Gremlins too. JPO?
I would vote for Nightmare if it had Hulk Hogan. Gremlins 2 does, so Gremlins 2.
Yeah. John.
John.
I mean, yeah, I love Gremlins 2 a lot. I mean, it's definitely something I remember a lot growing up. But I mean, Dream Warriors is Dream Warriors. So like, it's iconic to me. So I think out of all the Nightmares, it's my favorite. So I'm just gonna go Dream Warriors just because.
Okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Why couldn't one of these movies switch places with one of the movies
like
from the last
room?
matchup?
Yeah.
Because I think both of them deserve to move on. Gremlins 2, but it's really close.
All right. Okay. Gremlins 2. We'll move down to Evil Dead 2 against The Conjuring 2. So a flurry of twos here. All right. Jordan is up first.
I can't remember. I know Evil Dead 2 definitely is on my list. I can't remember if I had Conjuring 2. I might have, but
yeah, it's on.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of it. Like, I just think that they do it way better than the first one. Even though the first one's good, like, I just think that like they create like a really cool universe here, and I like what they do with the Warrens, kind of building their relationship. Like Patrick Wilson singing at the end, some Elvis. I'm falling in love with you, and then the just like the stuff they do with the Crooked Man, and the Nun's good in this movie specifically. But like none of the Nun movies are good; those are crap. But what they do with the old man in it, there's just like a lot of really cool things in it. I think that it has some like pretty cool effects in it, and like some of the like cinematography, I really dig in it too. So yeah, I got to give it to The Conjuring, and I'm a James Wan fan, so it's got to be The Conjuring.
Yeah, it won't be the last time I say it. I hate The Conjuring 2. I fucking hate this movie. It's overstuffed, convoluted, 900 subplots, 900 things going on in this movie. I was exhausted by the time this movie was over. It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's exhausting. As opposed to Evil Dead 2, which is a lean, mean 84 minutes.
Oh my god!
We get in, we get out. It's got great stuff. We're centrally focused here. It's funny. Got an amazing central performance. I can't stand The Conjuring 2. I would vote for almost anything in this tournament against it, especially Evil Dead 2. So Evil Dead 2.
Well, I did forget to say that like I didn't love Evil Dead 2 when I first saw it. I thought it gets a little of Three Stooges and wacky kind of thing in it. That's a little weird to me. But it's slowly growing on me over time. Like the more that I rewatch it, like I've rewatched it a couple of times, it's growing on me. I think one day I'll probably grow to love it. Probably.
JPO.
New tournament fights drinking game rule. Every time Pez quotes a runtime, take a shot. That's with the normal other ones that we do.
Hey, when it matters, it matters. And a horror movie should not be 2 hours and 20 minutes. Especially a jump scare horror movie should not be 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's exhausting. Absolutely.
And that's fine. And I know how you feel. I disagree because I really like Conjuring 2. It is my favorite of that franchise, of that entire universe. So I'm glad it's here. And I actually do take it over Evil Dead 2, which I think is just kind of like fun vignettes, but an overall just kind of okay movie. So yeah, I'm going Conjuring 2 here. Give me another 20 minutes of greatness.
Yeah, right.
John.
The Nun 2 is horrible. And it's The Conjuring 2's fault. Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
No, don't blame other shit.
Say whatever I want.
2 shitty movies. Several shitty Annabelle movies. Yeah, this fucking universe needs to die. I'm over it already. Too many shitty movies in this goddamn universe.
One of those Annabelles is pretty good.
But what they do with the Nun in Conjuring 2 is pretty good, though. Like in that specific movie.
Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, I like The Conjuring 2, but I think Evil Dead 2 is more of a Jacob movie. I have more fun with it. I'm gonna go Evil Dead 2.
Yeah. Malcolm?
I've only ever seen Conjuring 1 and 2, and I did have the first one in my alternates. Whether or not it made it in here, I don't know. But Evil Dead 2 was also on my list, and yeah, I think it's really good. It kind of established the tone of what the Sam Raimi trilogy was going to be. It's a slight remake of the first one, which I think it's really good. So I'm going to get Evil Dead 2.
All right, get that shit out of here. All right. Tired of that movie. All right, got The Menu and Tremors. All right, so me first. Oh, it's unfortunate for The Menu. I especially when I spun this because man, I think The Menu's great. It was one of my top 10 movies of last year. But as everybody knows here, Tremors is my number 2 favorite movie of all time. Period. So it's hard to beat it. So I'll go Tremors. JBO.
I also dig Tremors, but man, it's tough. It's tough. It's kind of like before with the reason for Sonoldi, but a goodie. I'm leaning towards The Menu here. I think it's a fantastic script and it keeps you guessing. And yeah, I'm gonna go Menu.
John.
Tremors is a lot of fun, Pez, but The Menu is really, 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 really good. So I'm gonna go The Menu.
Jacob.
I'm just gonna have to trust everyone on The Menu because I still haven't gotten to it.
You gotta watch it, man. It's fucking good.
That's what I hear. But I dig Tremors. I think it's a lot of fun, so I'll go with Tremors.
Malcolm.
Yeah, both of these are on my list. If it wasn't for Piers, I would never have watched. I still would have never seen Tremors. But
you're welcome, Malcolm.
But yeah, I thought The Menu was pretty good. And yeah, and it's definitely one of those ones I wasn't sure about. I mean, I went to see it, but after seeing it, it's like, yeah, I can see why everyone's really hyping up this movie. So I'm gonna go The Menu.
Yeah, Jordan.
So, like, here's the thing for me is that the menu's really, really good, and I loved it the first time that I saw it. But then I was in a hotel room, and it came on to like HBO or whatever, and like going back into it and like knowing everything that's gonna happen, it didn't really play quite as well for me. I'm just kind of like I already know everything that's gonna happen, so I'm just like it's just better when everything was a surprise to me. But Tremors to me is just infinitely rewatchable. I could rewatch this movie over and over and over all day long, and I forget how gritty this movie gets. Like it's a comedy, but it's like very gritty and like just like the design of the graboids is really cool, and so yeah, I think here I got to give it to Tremors actually.
All right, so we got a tie this time, and it goes to Malcolm.
The Menu's high on my list. The Menu.
Okay.
All
right. Moving on to Psycho and What We Do in the Shadows.
All right.
JPO.
I mean, am I going to be the guy that votes against Psycho? Yeah, I am. What we do in the shadows?
Yeah. Let's go.
John?
Hot take. What we do in the shadows sucks. The TV show eclipses this movie. The TV show is 100 times.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
the TV show is better.
The TV show. But watch the TV show first, which was my mistake. I probably would have enjoyed What We Do in the Shadows. But I didn't watch the TV show first. The TV show is 1,000 times funnier than that movie.
There's no slide against the movie for me.
Yeah, it just makes the movie look like garbage. And Psycho is fucking Psycho. So Psycho, 100%.
All right, Jacob.
I won't vote against Psycho.
Yeah,
Malcolm.
Yeah. Once again, the only reason Escape Room 2 made it on it is because I was making these strategic things not to put on my list because I knew Jordan was going to have them on.
Yep.
What We Do in the Shadows was definitely one that I would have put on there. Yeah. Am I going to be the guy that votes against Taika Waititi? You bet I am. Psycho. Yes, my favorite.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, if you know me, Taika Waititi is my favorite director. Like, I just really dig his sense of humor. I mean, like Thor: Love and Thunder aside, I do like that movie, but it's not like one of his best. But some of his other ones I really like a lot. But yeah, I think that Psycho, like, when looking at it objectively, it's an all-timer, and it probably deserves to move on. But I'm just such a big What We Do in the Shadows fan. I just think that it's so great, and just like a very creative thing of having these vampires living in a modern world and just having to traverse things, but still kind of be old-timey and stuff. So yeah, I got to give it to What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, I really like What We Do in the Shadows. Love Taika Waititi when he's not doing Marvel movies. He's great. And then but Psycho is an all-timer. Rewatched it again fairly recently. It still just works every step of the way. And another one that we argued on ranking with Malcolm about performances that should have been nominated for an Oscar, because Anthony Perkins got no love that year whatsoever, which was ridiculous. He's incredible in this movie. I'm gonna go Psycho. All right. There we go. We're almost done. Just a few more. The original Conjuring against Train to Busan. So John is up first on this one.
Which one do you guys pick? Train to Busan?
That would be me.
All right, Jordan, let's go. Train to Busan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I love that movie.
Jacob.
I love Train to Busan. It might be my favorite Ford movie. Might be my favorite zombie movie. Check it off both of those. The Conjuring, it's fine. Those first two Conjuring movies, I like them, but I love Train to Busan, so that's gonna get my vote.
Yeah.
One of these days I'll get around to watching Train to Busan. It's one I'm not gonna lie. I was tossing up between two movies to watch out of Jordan's list. I couldn't find Train to Busan anywhere, but the other one got put onto Netflix.
It's on YouTube.
Well,
yeah.
See, if I knew that, I probably wouldn't have watched the other one. I really do like the first Conjuring movie. So that's getting my vote.
Yeah. All right, Jordan.
Well, I think the first Conjuring movie is good. I think that it's a fun time, but yeah, Train to Busan just blew me away. And recently, I've been really into Asian cinema and Asian TV shows, especially from South Korea. Like they've been putting out some really good stuff. And like I always want to mention, if you go onto Netflix, they have hundreds of things like TV shows, movies from South Korea, from Asia, just like so many. I was shocked like how many they actually have on there. And Train to Busan is so good. When you finally watch it, Malcolm, I know you're not huge on foreign language movies, but you got to watch with the subtitles, because I watched the dub version before, and it just doesn't hold up. Like it's just not dubbed like in a way that brings as much emotion and things to it. So definitely with the subtitles, but yeah, like it's just like so good, and really powerful ending too. So yeah, I love Train to Busan and just about anything that's coming out of South Korea these days. So yeah, Train to Busan.
Yeah, Conjuring. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, Train to Busan. Train to Busan, as Jacob would say, this movie slaps. This movie's awesome. And I was when I saw it, I was like, God damn! Did I just watch the best zombie movie of the 2010s? Yeah. And definitely. This movie's awesome, and I've rewatched it a couple of times. It's great. So yeah, Train to Busan pretty easily here. JPO.
Yeah, I mean, Conjuring is no Conjuring 2, am I right, everybody? But I do like it. I think it's some good atmospheric things. But Train to Busan, I think you got to give it a lot of credit here. It's one of those movies that, I know I'm definitely in that pool of people that would have never gotten to it if it wasn't for just constant word of mouth of like, no, get to it. And as I said, I'm a sucker for a real impactful ending, and it nails it. It drives it all the way home. So Train to Busan gets my vote as well.
All right, Train to Busan. Moving on. All right, we're almost there. I think it's the last match. We got Megan and Malignant. Jacob's up first on this one.
I don't think I saw Malignant yet. I didn't think that's one that I missed. But Megan was a big surprise. I saw the trailers and I was like, that movie's gonna suck. The trailers did not sell me at all. And then it was getting some pretty good, word of mouth. I watched it, and it's a fun time. So I'm gonna go with Megan.
And then it came out and made like $200 million or something, or something like that.
That's a very interesting poster for Malignant.
It was like January horror movie. No, it was really, really good, really solid.
All right, Malcolm.
Malignant was the movie that I watched for this. It was one of those ones I completely missed when it came out. Was it last year or the year before?
Malignant was 2021. Yeah.
But I remember missing it when it came out. I don't know if it actually ever made it to cinemas here, but But yeah, I watched it. It was fine. But I really, I Megan was a big surprise. Like Killer Joel movies have been sort of getting a lot of traction lately. And yeah, I think Megan's just a lot of fun, just really unique. Plus, it's from New Zealand, so Megan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jordan.
So Megan's still a blind spot for me. I need to see it. I haven't seen it yet. So
what?
We'll get around to it soon. So yeah. But
Jacob, be
yeah,
nice when someone hasn't seen a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
But
You're right.
for whatever reason, when I was looking at the list, like I remember, like I initially wanted to watch it, and then I like overlooked it when I was just like picking what to watch. So I'll probably watch it even before the year's done. But I'm looking at it was just a big surprise for me. I just thought that it was so cool, just having this kind of like just letting James Wan kind of do whatever he wants. For this movie, and a really creative idea of like this like malignant kind of like some kind of demon creature just growing on the back of this girl. And then when they showed some of the like things the demon's doing, and it's like flipping around and like doing some really cool, almost kind of actiony types of things. I was just like, wow, this is like really cool, and I really I love the look of it, and just like the tone and the feel, like just really worked for me. And I was pretty late to it. Like usually I see like almost every James Wan movie right when it comes out, but I didn't see it till like a year after it came out. And yeah, like I was really blown away. Like I thought it was great. So I'll go with Malignant.
Yeah, no, I did like Megan for what it was. It was pretty fun. But yeah, Malignant is the definition of a bonkers, batshit crazy horror movie where James Wan had a blank check for making $1 billion with Aquaman, and they said make whatever you want, and he made whatever he made whatever he wanted, and he made he sure did. So and yeah, no, it's something. So yeah, I like Malignant. No, I'll give it to that. JP.
This is a thinker for me here because I think they're kind of on par as far as enjoyment for me. But yeah, if I just go with actually probably the more interesting of the two and one I'd go back to because I think making the fun for me a one and done to a large degree. Yeah, I'll go Malignant. Like you said, it's a little more batshit crazy. What the fuck's happening?
Yeah, John.
If I had to go like which one of these movies is, they're both fun in the same kind of way. But if I had to go which one's more fun, Malignant is more fun, and Zoe Bell's in it.
That's true. Yeah, the prison chick with a mullet, with like a weird mullet or something. Whatever she's rocking in that thing. Yeah,
it is true.
Another New Zealand.
Yes.
I've been pretty impressed by McKenna Grace too. I think she's turned into a pretty solid actor. So yeah.
All right. So it is speed round time, everybody. We are there. It's time to kick it into overdrive. So how this works, John? It is what it sounds like. A speed round. We're just gonna go around and get pretty much just straight votes up and down. So and we'll go rocket to the finish here. So that's what we do. So we'll kick it into overdrive. This time we're gonna start with Malcolm, and we'll start with X versus Final Destination 2.
It's getting tough.
Yeah, this is actually pretty tough for me. I do like Foreign Destination 2, but I actually like X a lot more. So X.
Okay, Jordan.
I think I'll give it to Final Destination 2.
All right, JPO.
Final Destination 2.
John.
X.
Jacob.
What would you have voted for, Austin?
Oh, that's true. I would have voted for Destination 2. I skipped myself. I wasn't being selfish. Jacob. X. Okay, so that's a tie to me. So it still goes to me, and I'll put the Final Destination.
Yeah.
All right. I got Midsommar and Final Destination 5. Jordan.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. I don't remember ever having a tiebreaker, but maybe I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's you. I'm sorry. Yeah, shit. I'm backwards. I'm all fucked up. I'm sorry. Yeah, it goes.
You can just give me the next one, and that's fine. If you want
I'll give you the next one. It's fine.
Yeah.
Final Destination 5, Midsommar.
Okay. I think I got to give it to Midsommar here. Yeah.
All right. I'll go Final Destination 5. JPO.
Yeah, Final Destination 5.
All right, John.
Midsommar.
All right, Jacob.
See, I think Austin is just used to being second and not first.
I know. I'm all screwed up right now.
It's fucking me up all night too. Yeah.
Final Destination 5.
All right, and Malcolm.
Midsommar.
All right, it's a tie. Now we're doing it again. So
All
Jordan,
right.
you got the tie
There
now.
we go. Let's go Midsommar here.
Midsommar. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, now we're good. I'm going to put letters by the tiebreakers also, so I don't get confused. My little chart. All right, Shaun of the Dead versus It Follows, and we'll go to myself, and I'll take It Follows. JPO.
It follows in who?
Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, Shaun of the Dead.
All right, John.
It Follows.
Okay, Jacob.
Shaun of the Dead.
Okay, Malcolm.
Shaun of the Dead.
All right, and Jordan.
And I'll also go Shaun of the Dead.
It's happening again, John.
Seriously, I can't.
I know.
Yep.
We're getting flashbacks to Chad Webb's bracket thing we did.
Oh, really?
Back. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an unstoppable beast. The Howling versus Zombieland Double Tap, JPO.
Well, Shaun of the Dead, I was just gonna say real quick, it was like pretty high in like whatever decade tournament we did for tier ranker. It like was way up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zombieland 2.
Okay. John.
Zombieland 2.
All right. Jacob.
Haven't seen either, so I'll go The Howling.
Malcolm.
Zombieland Double Tap.
Okay. Jordan.
I'll actually go with the Howling.
I'll also go The Howling, so I'll tie it up to JPO.
Ooh, Zombieland.
Okay. All right. Going down to Halloween 2018 versus Talk to Me. John.
Talk to Me.
Talk to Me. Okay.
Maybe after the show.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Halloween.
All right. And Malcolm.
Talk to Me.
Talk to Me. Jordan.
I'll go Talk to Me.
I'll go with Halloween. JPO.
Halloween.
Okay, another tie, and we scoot up to John.
Talk to Me.
Talk to Me. Okay,
Yeah.
moves through. All right. Scream 2 versus Scream 5.
Oh, nice.
Matchup here. So, Jacob.
Scream 2.
Scream 2. Okay. Malcolm.
Scream 5.
All right. Jordan.
I'll go Scream 2.
I'll go original trilogy over second trilogy, so Scream 2.
Yeah.
JPO.
This is what, 1 and 5?
2 and 5.
2 and 5.
Ooh. 5.
Okay, John.
5.
Okay, it's another tie, and we scoot up to Jacob.
Tie.
2.
Okay, all right. So Wes Craven takes out Radio Silence in this one. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Poltergeist and the OG Halloween. So 2 OG movies here.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's another tough one.
Sure.
We go to Malcolm this time.
The OG Halloween.
Okay. Jordan.
You know what? Just because I have a feeling how it's going to go, and I want to play it on nostalgia, I'll go Poltergeist.
Okay. Halloween. JPO.
Halloween.
Okay. John.
Halloween.
Halloween. And Jacob.
I hate it when people assume they know where things are going to go and just Halloween.
Okay.
Yep.
And it goes there.
And it goes exactly the way they thought.
Yep. Exactly the way I thought.
Got The Thing and Alien.
Oh.
Ooh. All right, Jordan. 2 Alien movies.
Well, just because I go back to it more, I got to go Alien.
All right. Well, just because I go back to it more, I got to go The Thing. JPO.
I don't go back to either one of them. I don't know. Other Thing is where I go back more.
Okay. John?
I'll go with The Thing.
Thing. Jacob?
Not only do I hate this matchup, I hate the next matchup too.
Yeah, right?
Alien.
Alien. All right. And Malcolm?
The Thing.
The Thing. Okay. All right. That one moves on. All right. So jumping over to the other side. All right. See what makes a Sweet 16 over here. We got Dr. Sleep and It. So me first. I'm going to take It. JPO.
Ooh. Speed round. Tying it up, Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep. John.
I'm going to go Dr. Sleep too.
Okay. All right, Jacob.
No, we're talking about Dr. Sleep 1. There's not a sequel to it.
Jacob. Vote, Jacob.
Oh, I said Dr. Sleep. Sorry.
Okay, I didn't hear you. Malcolm.
Dr. Sleep.
And Jordan.
I think also a Dr. Sleep.
All right, Dr. Sleep moves on. I got The Fly and the original Scream.
Oh no,
boy!
Gosh, these matchups.
Yeah, JPO.
Oh, oof.
Scream.
John.
Scream.
Okay, Jacob.
The Fly.
Malcolm.
Scream.
Jordan.
I don't have a Fly shirt, but I have like 4 Scream shirts, so Scream.
Okay. I do have a Fly shirt, so I'll go The Fly. But I'm wearing a Scream shirt, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But Scream, we'll take out The Fly. All right. Moving down to New Nightmare and Scream 6. All right, John.
Scream 6.
Scream 6. Okay. Jacob.
Scream 6.
Scream 6. All right. Malcolm.
New Nightmare.
Nightmare. Jordan.
I think I'll go Scream 6.
All right. I'll go New Nightmare. JPO.
Scream 6.
All right.
Right.
We have some Scream matchups in our future. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Freaky and Split. Jacob.
Split.
Malcolm.
I'm very split on this matchup. No, I'm gonna go Freaky.
Freaky. All right, Jordan.
I'll go Split.
I'll go Split. JPO.
Split.
All right, and John.
I'll go Freaky.
Freaky. All right. Split 4-2. We'll move on that one. Got The Faculty and Life. Malcolm.
Oh man.
Yeah. The Life got this far, but The Faculty.
Jordan.
Well, I think you and I have to go The Faculty here. So yeah, The Faculty.
Yeah, by 10 miles, The Faculty. JPO.
Don't be rude. 9.5. Faculty.
Okay.
Hey, don't be rude and vote for The Faculty. I'm just kidding.
The Faculty.
Faculty.
Yeah.
All right, and Jacob.
The Faculty.
All right, first clean sweep we've had in a while, actually. All right. Gremlins 2 and Evil Dead 2. Another sequel matchup here. Jordan.
Yeah, this one's Gremlins 2 by like a country mile. Yeah.
Okay. I'll also go Gremlins 2. JPO.
Evil Dead 2.
Okay, John.
Evil Dead 2.
All right, Jacob.
Gremlins 2, but by a city mile, not a country mile.
Okay, yeah.
Right, fair.
There's a difference, apparently.
Yes, there is. All right, Malcolm.
Evil Dead 2.
All right, we have a tie, and it goes to Malcolm.
Evil Dead 2.
Okay, Evil Dead 2. Gremlins 2, I have a feeling will do well. We're doing a horror comedy tournament next week, so I think it'll do
yeah.
Yeah, I'll have another shot. Evil Dead 2 will be in that tournament, though, also.
Yeah, true. Good that matchup again.
Yeah, we could. Got The Menu and Psycho. Me first, I'm going to go Psycho. JPO?
The Menu.
John?
Psycho.
All right, Jacob?
Psycho.
Malcolm?
The Menu.
All right, and Jordan?
Also go The Menu.
All right, so I'm going to get it right this time. Jordan, you have the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's close. I could almost flip flop, but I'll stick with The Menu. I like it slightly more.
No, we got to keep the same tiebreaker order. That's
yeah.
Right. I know, that was my flip up. No, I got it right this time. All right.
It's already been done.
Yes. Train to Busan and Malignant. We'll go down to JPO this time.
Busan.
John.
Train to Busan.
Okay. Jacob.
Train to Busan.
Okay. Malcolm.
Malignant.
Jordan.
It's close, but I'll go Train to Busan.
And I'll also go Train to Busan. So Train to Busan, we'll move on. All right, so here's where we're at. We're going into the Elite Eight here, which means the Elite Eight will be in the poll that we'll put up in the next day or two over on the Shoutout Friends and Family group.
Yeah,
so we'll see what makes that poll here, and then we'll get to the finish. So going to the Elite Eight here, we're going to start with Midsommar and Final Destination 2, and we'll start with John.
Midsommar.
Okay. We're going to Jacob.
Midsommar.
Malcolm.
Midsommar.
Jordan.
Yeah, I'll go Midsommar.
Yeah, I'll take Midsommar as well. JPO.
Final Destination 2.
Okay.
Right.
How do you feel to be wrong?
All right.
Midsommar loses me.
Okay. Shaun of the Dead versus Zombieland Double Tap. Jacob.
Shaun of the Dead.
Okay. Malcolm.
Zombieland Double Tap.
And Jordan.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, I guess I'll reluctantly, John, go Shaun of the Dead on this one. If it was the original Zombieland, I might go the other way. JPO.
Shaun of the Dead.
And John.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. All right.
Sometimes it's the right choice.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
Yeah.
Just
complained about it earlier, and then you both voted.
I'm writing it down real quick. So give me just a second. Okay. All right. So we got Talk to Me versus Scream 2. Malcolm.
Talk to Me.
Okay. Jordan.
Yeah, this one is close, but I think I got to give it to Scream 2.
Yeah, I'll go Scream 2, just because I need to sit with Talk to Me for a little while. JPO?
Yeah, close, but Scream 2.
Okay. John?
I'll say Talk to Me.
Okay. Jacob?
Scream 2.
All right, Scream 2. We'll move into the 8. All right, Scream 2. All right. Whoa! See, the dogs didn't like this matchup as soon as they saw it. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. They said Halloween and the Thing. God damn it!
Oh,
it's not even the Elite Eight yet. So yeah, Carpenter versus Carpenter, the Thing, and Halloween. Let's settle it. Jordan.
I'll give it to Halloween.
This is like razor thin. I'll go the Thing. JPO.
This is OG Halloween or
OG Halloween against the
Yikesies.
Yeah.
10-9.
Yeah.
The Thing.
Okay, John.
No, take your time.
I'm gonna go with the Thing too.
Okay.
As well.
All right.
Well.
Yeah, right. Jacob?
Halloween.
And Malcolm.
I mean, I missed a lot the end of last week. Jeff, this matchup last week. But I'm going to go the Thing.
Oh God! Thank God I didn't have to break that tie. Jesus Christ! I didn't want to have to vote again on that one because ask me again in 3 seconds and I might say Halloween. All right,
change your vote. Hurry.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so the Thing moves on. Go to the other side here, and we're going to start with Dr. Sleep and Scream, the original Scream. So I'll go Scream on this one. JPO?
Scream.
Okay. John?
Dr. Sleep.
Jacob?
I'm going to go Dr. Sleep.
Okay. Malcolm?
Dr. Sleep.
And Jordan?
I'll go Scream.
Okay. And is it tied to me? Oh, fuck. The Shining is better than Dr. Sleep. I will accept no other answer. Scream moves on.
Yep.
I'm not in that camp that thinks it's better than The Shining. It's not. All right. So
I do.
Nope. All right. So Scream 6 versus Split. And we'll go JPO.
Scream 6.
Okay. John.
I think Scream 6 is better than Split, yeah.
All right. Jacob.
I'll go Scream 6.
Okay. Malcolm.
Scream 6.
All right. Jordan.
This one's like a toss-up for me, but Scream 6 probably, yeah.
All right. I'll be the one vote for Split just because I'm not as big on the radio silence movies as everybody else is. That's okay. Scream 6. So we might have a Scream matchup coming up. All right. We'll see what happens. The Faculty versus Evil Dead 2. We'll go to John.
Evil Dead 2.
Okay. Jacob.
Evil Dead 2.
All right. Malcolm.
Evil Dead 2.
All right. Jordan.
Man, one of the easiest votes of the night for me. The Faculty.
All right. I'm gonna go the faculty. JPO.
Yeah, there's still hope, faculty.
All right, there is hope. It's a tie, and it's down to JPO.
Yeah, faculty.
Ooh,
yeah, let's go.
All right, faculty with the upset, maybe. All right.
Evil's dead tonight.
Faculty.
Evil died tonight. Sweet.
Yeah.
Did it, guys.
Sweet.
All right. What did I didn't write one down. What did I miss here? Oh, Scream 6. Okay, hang on. Scream 6.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, just missed that one. All right, so last one on this side, The Menu and Train to Busan. We'll go to Jacob.
Train to Busan.
Okay. Malcolm.
I think I know where this is going. The Menu.
Hey, Jordan.
Yeah, I think you're right about where it's going. Train to Busan.
Yeah, I'll go Train to Busan. JPO.
It's a tough one, but I'll go. I'll go Busan.
Okay, and John.
Train to Busan.
Okay, Train to Busan into the 8. All right, we were almost there. Heading into the final 4 here. Got some tough matches coming. All right, so we're on the left side. We're going to start with, I believe, Midsommar and Shaun of the Dead. So, all right, we'll start with Malcolm, Midsommar, and Shaun of the Dead.
Sure, Midsommar.
Midsommar, okay. Jordan.
Well, I'll actually go Shaun of the Dead.
Midsommar. JPO.
Shaun of the Dead.
And John.
Midsommar.
And Jacob.
Shaun of the Dead.
It's a tie, but this time, John, it goes to you.
Yeah, fuck you, Shaun of the Dead. Midsommar. Let's go. Get out of here.
What did Shaun of the Dead ever do for you?
It was with him tonight. he just thinks it's overexposed at this point. That's all. We've been overexposed to Shaun of the Dead.
I think Midsommar has been shoved down our throats too much lately.
I've never seen it win a bracket ever.
It's one of our brackets, actually. It's a previous tournament fight winner, I believe.
I think so, yeah. You're right.
I have a log of them. I'd have to double check that, but I think it is. All right, Scream 2 and The Thing. So, Jordan.
Scream 2.
Okay, I'll go The Thing. JPO.
The Thing.
Okay, John.
The Thing.
Thing. Jacob.
Scream 2.
Okay, and Malcolm.
The Thing.
Thing. All right, The Thing moves on. Okay.
I think The Thing's been overexposed, kind of, like in this community.
But The Thing's a damn good movie. It's a perfect film.
Right.
Yeah.
It's good, yeah. It is.
All right, so on the other side, we've got our Scream matchup. We got the original Scream against Scream, not Scream versus Scream, but Scream versus Scream 6. But still, Wes Craven versus Radio Silence here. So I'm going to go with the original Scream. JPO?
Yeah, original Scream.
Okay, John?
Original Scream.
Okay. Jacob?
Original.
Okay. And Malcolm?
If it was Scream 5 versus the OG Scream, it would be harder for me, but Scream OG.
Okay, and Jordan?
Yeah, let's go OG.
All right, so it's clean sweep even with the Scream matchup there. So we got The Faculty versus Train to Busan. JPO?
Busan.
Okay. And John?
Train to Busan.
Okay. Jacob?
Train to Busan.
All right. Malcolm?
The Faculty.
Jordan?
I think I'll go, but by a razor thin margin, but I'll go Train to Busan.
Okay, I would have gone The Faculty, but I'm happy about Train to Busan moving on. All right, so we'll scoot on up. All right, final 4. Here we go. Into the championship. We're almost there. John, you'll start us off for Midsommar and The Thing.
Oh, this is tough. I'm going to say Midsommar.
Okay. I'll go to Jacob.
Yeah, I'll actually go Midsommar as well.
Okay. Malcolm.
Midsommar.
Jordan.
I'll actually go with The Thing this time.
I'll go The Thing. JPO.
Tie, The Thing.
Okay, no tie. We scoot up to Jacob Barber this time.
Midsommar.
All right, Midsommar in the finals. Okay.
On
On the other side, Jacob starts us off for Scream and Train to Busan.
Train to Busan.
Okay. Malcolm.
Scream.
Jordan.
Scream, baby.
Train to Busan. JPO.
Scream.
And John.
Train to Busan.
Okay, we have another tie.
Another tie, man.
We go up to Malcolm.
Oh,
Scream.
Oh,
Dang it.
Scream.
Yeah.
All right,
That's right.
Scream's in.
Where it
Okay.
belongs.
Why did the
All
last
right.
one have to be a tie?
All right. I'll scoot in just a tad for this one.
Might be a tie.
So our finals, we'll see what happens here. Midsommar and Scream. So
Okay.
Malcolm, you start us off.
The one from each of our brackets.
Midsommar. Jordan.
Gotta go Scream.
I'll take Scream. JPO.
Scream.
John.
Midsommar.
Jacob.
Midsommar.
It's another tie.
Another
All
tie.
right, and we go to one of the men who is part of this versus Jordan Anderson. It's your tie.
Yeah, let's go with Scream, baby. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
Scream takes the entire
best
thing.
franchise.
All right,
We started off with a big Scream.
I mean, I'm not
montage.
I'm not too upset about that because they're both on my list. So.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no,
And they're both on my list too. They're like both crossovers.
And would you like a fun fact about Scream winning this tournament, Jordan?
Sure.
So, fun fact: it is now a 2-time winner because the first time it won was part of your 128 tournament.
Oh, nice.
So it has now won another tournament where you were kind of a part of it, one of your
Nice.
lists. So Scream is now officially a but Midsommar could have also been a 2-timer. It won a 2019 tournament, so one of the 2019s. So yes.
Well, maybe someday, way down the road, we can do something with like multiple winners or something like that. You know.
Yeah, we'll see. We don't have enough to do that yet, but we'll get there.
Not yet, but
yeah, I had to figure. We actually had a lot of former winners as heavy favorites in here. I think Train to Busan was the only one that's come close, but hasn't won yet. So
yeah.
It's come
put
very
Scream
close.
back in.
It's come to a couple of Final Fours before, but it hasn't quite hit the finish line yet. That's very good.
not quite.
Same with the faculty, but all right.
Look, Malcolm's so upset that Midsommar didn't win that he just left.
Then he just left. Yeah, that's
I'm
really
out of
sick.
here.
See, I told you, John. We can do these in 2.5 hours. We've done it before. We did it tonight.
Yeah.
We're 2:30 right there. So we've been getting much better about that. We did a good job. Thank you, everybody, for doing that. Even though we started a few minutes late, appreciate everybody doing their due diligence. That's great because I gotta drive about 8 hours tomorrow. So I'm glad we got done.
I wore the right hat.
I wore the Scream shirt that Jordan actually sent me, the retro like kind of VHS cover thing.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, and again, I played that intro because I figured it'd be heavy favorite with the 4 Scream movies being this thing. I thought there was a good chance that maybe one of those would win. So there you go. So I was right. But yeah, let's get some plugs and we'll move it on out of here for tonight. JPO, what you got going on the Pierce Co over there?
Yeah, we have some shenanigans and funs over at the Pierce Co. Tomorrow we're having another horror clips show. John will be on that because he won the first one along with Shannon. I think Jordan might be on that. So I see a couple familiar faces on that episode here. And in general, we usually have a lot of fun with trivia and drafts and taking a little slow this month because I'll be moving, but we'll starting back up heavy in November as well.
All right.
Nice.
All right. And Mr. John Marr, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Hope you had a little fun. We breezed through this thing. And again, I was pretty confident you had seen every movie on this list, and I was right.
Yeah, I've seen all of them. That's great.
Yeah, that's good. No, I guess the only one in question would have been, but Malcolm's talked about Black Sheep enough to, he's brought it up enough.
I watched Black Sheep like way back when it came out. Which is
okay.
I saw it before Malcolm saw
that
it.
movie did get like full release and everything. So
yeah. But what you got to plug, man? Anything going on?
Why We Love Horror on YouTube, WWL Horror at YouTube. We do movie reviews. We're going to review Ready or Not this week because my 2 co-hosts are getting married in 2 weekends. So we're doing Ready or Not.
Oh, nice.
Them. And Why We Love Horror Trivia live every Thursday night. At least 2 of these guys play in that league. So that's
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there.
And then Trivia League Unlimited on the video store. New episodes every Saturday and Sunday. I'm the head writer and host over there. So check that out as well.
Yeah, sounds good. All right,
Cool.
Mr. Barber, what you got going on?
Yeah, just popping up here, doing tier ranker tournament fights whenever the topic tickles my fancy. And then we do the Lonely Marks. It's our wrestling show. We're actually going tomorrow night because, like Austin said, he's traveling. So and going on a vacation. So tomorrow night was the best night that works for him. So we're going tomorrow night, talking some ECW on Sci-Fi, as well as revealing the cards we made from the 2000 draft that we did. I cannot wait to see Richie's. Because
has he watched it yet? He seemed to imply on Rankum that he hadn't watched it yet. That's the end of
we need to message him tonight and be like, hey,
make sure you get your card.
Watch that. Get your roster. Get your card. And so that's about. And then on Friday, I'll be co-hosting along with Jordan, doing the running the bracket, doing the best Marvel characters.
Yeah.
All right, Malcolm, what you got going on?
Yeah, you can find me on Take 5 Dance with host Rankum every Sunday night. This week we're talking about the quality movies of surgeon Rob Schneider.
We got it done, JPL. We got it done.
We should both cancel.
Oh man, we can't make it. Oh shit.
I'll still be there.
I mean, if you cancel JP, I'll be mad at you because you're the one that will piss me to keep to try to win the polls.
Yeah.
Just cancel.
But anyway, you can also find me hosting Full Metal Singles over on Full Metal. You'll see a match with Austin coming up in the next few weeks. And you've already seen a match with JPO in there and John. That's where you can find me.
All right, and Jordan, obviously, on to you.
Yeah. So you can find all things for the Movie Hero Network at Movie Hero 2121 on X and Instagram. You can find us over in the Shoutout Friends and Family group. We'll have a poll coming out in the next day or two or so. Maybe I'll take care of that one if you're going out of town, Austin. I can do it if you want. And you can go and you can cast your vote. You can let us know what you think of me and Malcolm's favorite horror movies and what made the Elite Eight. We do have a Patreon. Been a little lacking on the Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/movie here, I promise once Austin gets back from being out of town, we're going to sit down and we're going to see if we can get him access so we can get some of the episodes that he's hosted maybe over onto the Patreon, because it's a little tricky when he hosts it, and then he has to be the one to probably upload it, or if I host, then I can do it. It just depends. So yeah, we definitely have some content coming. We have a podcast going on this Saturday that will be going up on the Patreon. That one I can actually put up there. That it's going to be a podcast all about Star Wars and talking about what we think of the current state of Star Wars. Do we like it? Do we not like it? What are our favorite things and our least favorite things? What do we think of Star Wars as a fandom as a whole? And then where we think the future of Star Wars should go. So we got some pretty big Star Wars fans that are going to be on that. That'll be on this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So, and then on Sunday night, we'll be doing a horror trivia match for the Seen and Heard movie trivia. So it'll be all movie clips. It's going to be a marathon of 40 clips, because when I do these kind of themed ones, it's just go big or go home, because we only get to do it just once in a while. And we'll have Austin on there. We'll have JPO on there, and we'll have John Marr on there too. So it'll be fun. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, he's like, great. I got to go against him again, but and then just what we have coming up on the channel. And then I'm gonna be also try to do a wheel of movies, but because of my work schedule, that'll probably maybe happen Saturday or Sunday. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm gonna try my best to squeeze it in between everything, but because I got a busy week. But what we have coming up on the schedule, we already mentioned the best Marvel characters. That's part of our overall geek series to determine the best geek character of all time. So we'll be doing best Marvel character. We've done a few other geek topics like best Star Wars, best Star Trek, that type of thing. We will be also doing best PG and PG-13 horror movies. And then we also have best horror comedies coming up. We have the top 100 horror movies according to Rolling Stone magazine, and that'll be a tier ranker. So we're just going to put whatever the top 100 are, whether we've heard of them or not. They're just going to be there, and those that have seen it can rank the ones that they've seen. So So we'll have that. And then just a couple for next month or a few. We have our Movie Hero Mystery Tournament where we just spin our wheel of everyone's favorite movies from the channel, and the first 64 movies to pop up will be in our mystery tournament. Then we'll be getting on to best DC characters because after Marvel, we got to do DC. So that'll be the next one in our Geek series. We have a comedy matchup that's going to be Richie Goodacre versus JPO on their favorite comedies. That's coming up fairly soon in November. And then we have our 2006 Ladder series. We've been doing one every month. And then I'll just throw in one bonus one. We'll be doing a Ryan Reynolds versus Jason Bateman movies. We're going to call it the change-up match. So we got that one coming up. So that's where you can find us and what we have going on. So
I'm good.
Yeah.
See, even the dogs know I'm good. No, it's all good.
We're going out of town, so you're not.
I'm going out of town, so I don't have anything going on until really next week. So, this was a good time, guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We really appreciate it. We'll just wrap it up and we'll get out of here. So, for JPO, for John Marr, for Jacob, for our two guests of honor tonight, Malcolm and Jordan, I am Austin Pez Howell. We'll see you next time.
Careful. This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life for one last scare.
Not in my movie.